Welcome back to the Chicago White Sox franchise rebuild. We are in the off season, or about to head into the off season. We just finished year 2. We're heading into year 3. We have a lot of work to do. Like a ton of work needs to be done to this team. We had some interesting developments, but I do think we did make some really good trades to enhance the future of this franchise. Real quick, let's just go over those trades, go over a brief recap of what kind of happened in this past season from what I can remember. I know I stream about once a week, so my memory might fade a little bit about those previous streams. But what we're going to do, let's look at our transactions. Let's look at our trades. We made some good ones. A couple ones in June early in the season. We just tried to get whatever we could for Josh Rojas. We traded him to the Tigers for a C-level potential reliever in Richie Valentine. A couple weeks later, we capitalized off of the good performances of Shelby Miller and Tommy Kahnle. We traded them to the Astros for Miguel Elola and shortstop Sam Willis. The Astros did need a couple of pieces, yet they still did not make the playoffs. That was the wrong choice. I meant to go look at relief pitchers. Richie Valentine, the C-level potential reliever we got from the Tigers. Miguel Elola, the B-level potential reliever we got from the Astros. And our next trade, we ended up going to the Texas Rangers, and they were going to needed some, or no, never mind, my fault. Next, we went to the Royals. We traded John Means, who was going nuts. He had a negative, or a 2.0 ERA for us, a sub 2 ERA for us, and starting pitcher Grant Taylor. We got Diego Estrella, who could be the third baseman of the future, and Steven Zobak, that B potential reliever I was talking about. I really like what Diego Estrella looks like. Estrella, my mistake. He is one of the top prospects, one of the top 100. I think he was like top 25, if I believe so. He improved incredibly over his year. We'll probably start him off in Double-A next year, but I really like how he improved. I'm just a little bit worried of the contact, vision, and clutch. Great power numbers, great fielding, and decent speed from our third baseman right now. I really am looking forward to see what he can do when he progresses. But I do think we'll start him in Double-A just to work on the contact, vision, clutch, discipline. Great durability, 99 durability. He's probably not going to get hurt. Also, I do need to make sure that injuries are turned on, so someone yell at me if I forget to do that. I think we had another fantastic trade. I don't know which one is my favorite. Tyson Lewis we got as another shortstop prospect, and Julian Aguiar from the Reds for starting. We capitalized very well off of starting pitcher Bryce Wilson. JD Davis was a third baseman. He was destroying the ball. And Derek Hill mashed lefties. We got Tyson Lewis and Julian Aguiar. Tyson Lewis looks pretty decent. I mean, B potential shortstop. He's only 20 years old, 67 potential. Looks like a very well-rounded, defensive-oriented shortstop, but I do think that hitting stats could play once he progresses a little bit. And Aguiar, I like his per nines, his hits per nine, walks per nine. Yes, he did regress a little bit last year, but he's 24 years old. I don't think we're going to put him in the major league roster, although I think he could do a little bit of work. He's probably still might end up being one of our best relievers. The next trade we did make was maybe my favorite, at the time it was my favorite. We got Ryan Clifford from the Rays for Wickelman Gonzalez. This was a trade that they wanted to make. Wickelman Gonzalez is a C-level starting pitcher. We got Ryan Clifford, who, as I said before, one of the interesting developments, one of our prospects that regressed in potential. Ryan Clifford, he was a B-level potential starting first baseman. We just threw him in the lineup. I really liked where his hitting attributes were against righties. 65 contact, 68 power. Very nice. But he did not have a great showing at the major league level in his cup of coffee, or what you might say. I don't think he has rookie eligibility anymore, and he regressed to a C potential. Still 71 overall, so there is still room for growth. I think maybe he's not going to be our long-term solution to first base, but maybe we start him out in AAA, see what happens. Not really sure. And then another huge trade we made. We finally pulled the trigger on trading Lou Bob at the height of his potential. Hunter Harvey at what he was doing. He only had a couple blown saves before the trade deadline. We got top prospects, shortstop Sebastian Walcott. Now I know the White Sox, we have Colson Montgomery. However, in the full season that he played in the opening season, he didn't do very well, and he was in the minors all last season. So I don't know what's going to become of him, because he did progress, but he wasn't hitting the cover off the ball in AAA. And at one point we demoted him to AA, and he still wasn't doing it. So I don't know what's in store for him, but it's good to have options, and Sebastian Walcott will be a great option. He has great attributes. He's 19 years old, 73 overall so far. And yeah, he didn't tear the cover off the ball either. I think maybe we need another farm director or something, because our prospects are not progressing the way we want them to. Plus, our prospects that we do have in the top 100 did not really make an insane amount of progress. Cal Diaz, I really like what he did. He progressed pretty well. I think we're gonna start him at AA again. Not really sure. It depends on what we do in the offseason. Sebastian Walcott, he is top 5 prospects. So we got 2 top 5 prospects. That is huge for this team. Yes, they are a little bit away. Braden Montgomery, one of those dudes that I was talking about, he went from an A potential to a B potential. Now, I still think he could be a very reliable outfielder. I do think he will start in AAA, and we'll just see what happens depending on who we get in the offseason. But I like how he progressed with his hitting attributes, +5, +6 to power, 2 and 4 respectively to contact. I do like that. Tyson Lewis, he is a top 30 prospect. So we got a lot of guys. And Diego Estrella, I don't know how he's only top 35. Maybe it's the contact. I don't really know, but I think I would put him above some of the other dudes here. Rolando Baroa, B-level starting pitcher. Don't really like his build. It's important to have a guy with good walks, good hits per 9. He does not necessarily have great attributes for the per 9s. And Pablo Sandoval, I'm really excited for him, but he's years away. Anyway, Kyle Teal, he didn't really light it up with the bat either. So I'm just like, do we need another farm director? I think that rounds out the trade deadline and our prospects, but there's really good potential brewing in this organization. However, when it comes to what we're going to do in the offseason, we may have a similar plan that we had last year. We're gonna sign some guys, maybe one-year deals, in hopes that they pop off and we trade them at the deadline for even more ammunition, or maybe even guys who are closer rather than further away, because we are on the way to get a little bit more competitive. Now, I don't know if it's going to be next season. I'm thinking year 4 is when we're really going to start competing. Noah Schultz, Drew Thorpe, and Hagen Smith, Hagen Smith did not have an amazing showing in his cup of coffee, but it wasn't horrible. Drew Thorpe, who we have to a long-term deal, had a massive improvement from his sophomore campaign, or that might have been his rookie year, to this year. 3.62 ERA, almost lowered his ERA by a full run. The whip's about the same, but the FIP is a little higher, so that is something we should monitor. Jonathan Cannon had a great season, so he's probably going to be in the rotation. And Noah Schultz had a very solid rookie year. 2.4 WAR. I don't remember. He didn't end up top 3 in the Rookie of the Year voting. The Rookie of the Year voting was a sham, by the way. But we might need some help there. We're definitely going to need some help in the bullpen. That I'll probably sign a bunch of relievers to 1 or 2 year deals, depending on how much money we have. We don't really have any closers. That's not really an issue. When it comes to catchers, Danny Jansen, who we signed to a 2-year deal, we were hoping we'd be able to flip him at the deadline. He did not pop off at all. He had a rough season, and I mean, his trade value was so low that we hung on to him for that second season. Edgar Cuero, really like how he improved, but we're not going to really, I don't think we're going to start him on the major league roster. He still needs a little bit of work. His OPS was sub 700 in his cup of coffee. So we'll hopefully see Danny Jansen pop off a little bit and maybe trade him early in the season. Hopefully he has a good April, and then we can capitalize off of his good play. First baseman. This is I think we'll have a target in free agency. We got to find a first baseman. Jose Miranda, he was having a great season. He had B potential. However, it went down to a C, and he had an OPS over 800 for most of the year. And the last couple months, he just fell off. He's someone I didn't want to trade because we have him for a couple more years and he was doing very well, but I don't know what's going to become of him next year. Maybe we float him to the bench. I don't necessarily want him starting for us. Same with Ryan Clifford, since he's 22 and still could use some development in the minors. Now we snagged Gavin Lux off of the free agent market. He didn't sign with the team. We signed him in March. We had him in the minors. He did not progress how I would like him to. Tyler Estrada, we had this same situation with Danny Jansen. We're hoping to flip him at the deadline. He had a dreadful year. A dreadful year. We might look for a third baseman. Is Brian Ramos going to be the answer? I don't think he really has any hitting stats that I'm really excited for. He's not really great at anything, barely even good at anything. So I don't know about him. He might need more seasoning in the minors. Bobby Dahlbeck is probably not the answer. And by probably, I mean definitely. OPS of 608. We called him up when JD Davis got hurt. Shortstop, same situation as Danny Jansen and Tyler Estrada. We signed Willie Castro to a 2-year deal and hoping we could flip him. We paid $11.8 million a year for him to have an OPS of 664, although a 1.4 WAR, but that's nothing. That is nothing. So I'm kind of hoping the same thing. He pops off in April, May, we trade him. And we'll see what happens with Colson Montgomery and Sebastian Walcott. Colson Montgomery is going to start in AAA, even though he didn't do well there. Just because he's 24, he's 75 overall. He needs to go now. He needs to pop off now. And our outfield just needs some help. We signed Michael Conforto, Austin Hayes to 1-year deals. They were so bad that we couldn't trade them at the deadline. They had no trade value. So that was a failed experiment. And we didn't extend them for real, for sure. So they're out. Braden Montgomery is our top outfielder right now. So we need some work there. So maybe we'll target someone in free agency. But if there is a deal, depending on how much money we're going to have, I will sign someone, or I will attempt to sign someone to a long-year deal who is like really, really good. Someone maybe in their late 20s to an expensive 6-7 year deal. I'm open to that. We're just going to have to see what is out there. So let's just go to the offseason. Oh, by the way, Baltimore beat the Dodgers in the World Series in 2026. And I wouldn't be super surprised to see that in 2026. I wouldn't be super surprised. I'd be a little surprised to see Baltimore there, depending on what they do. But anyway, let's go to the offseason. Our manager that we hired mid-season, the contract ended. Hitting coach, pitching coach, third base coach. We might just clean house. We're going up and up and up. And Whit Merrifield retired. Happy trails, sir. Clayton Kershaw. He got an extra year in this timeline. He retires. He's in the Hall of Fame, of course. So we got Miguel Castro, Austin Hayes, and Miguel Castro. Or did I say Miguel Conforto? Michael Conforto, Miguel Castro. I'm not going to bring any of these guys back. It looks like we have a lot of money, 150 mil to play with. So that is very, very nice. Alfonso Rodriguez. I mean, he's got A attribute grade. I think we just ride his contract out. He's got 2 more years left. We'll see how everybody progresses next year. Because, I mean, guys like Diego Estrella really progress. So that'll be nice to see if that can continue to be a thing. Now, let's go find a manager, AJ Hinch. You know, I don't like Chris Woodward from the 2020 year when he talked about Fernando Tatis. But he's got good attributes. A overall, or whatever the hell that was. So let's give him an offer. I like the power play. I don't care about the drag bunting. I don't even know if these really matter. but maybe I like Jose Rivera is the dude we just signed in place of Will Venable. So I didn't know you could offer multiple contracts as manager. So I want to withdraw that offer. Jose Rivera, I would like you more. Hitting coach, definitely want a good hitting coach. Don't care about drag bunting. I would like John McCarthy to be the dude. I like it. I like the attributes. Give him a 4-year deal. Normally, I would like to just extend these guys 15 years and not have to worry about it. But that hardly ever happens. They hardly ever accept that. I like this guy, Douglas Thorman. Give him a 4-year deal. Hike the price up a little bit. Third base coach. Last one. Hopefully we find a good one. I'd be all right with Steven Murillo. I'd be all right with that. Let's see who accepts. Jose Rivera is not going to be the manager. He wanted the farm director job. This makes no sense. I hope they fix that in the next rendition of MLB The Show. John McCarthy is our hitting coach now. Murillo has accepted the Orioles offer. Well, I can understand why. They just won the World Series. So we still have an offer out there for pitching coach. Let's find another manager. Let's try Chris Woodward again. I know he wants to be the first option. Ooh, he wants a little bit more. That's fine. I'm okay with that. And third base coach. Who do I want? Arm accuracy. You know, Kevin Cash, not bad. Did I just see Mark Pryor? Maybe he's the move of Kevin Cash. Actually, well, I don't really like him as much. Loved Mark Pryor when he was pitching. Sucks to see what happened to his career. Kevin Cash doesn't want to work with us. Neither does Douglas Thorman. And I kind of get it, you know? I kind of get it. White Sox are not really in a great position right now. You know, maybe I'll offer 3 years. See if he likes that. To Cisneros. I know this is not really the most... Ooh, I don't like the -3 to durability. Sebastian, I like you. You're younger as at 50 than some of these. Chris Woodward is our manager. Perfect. Cisneros is our pitching coach, like that. And don't want to offer anyone a qualifying offer. All right. Free agency is here. Let's see who's out there. And all right, we got our coaches. That's not bad. Are all our coaches now A? I'd like that very much. That's not what I wanted to do. Coach contracts. Everyone is an A. That is perfect. We got a couple guys up for the 40-man. I definitely want to keep. I think Kyle Teal and Chase Mydroth might get selected. I wouldn't be surprised. They're the only ones I really feel like are in danger to be selected. Excuse me. I'm not necessarily worried about 60 overalls getting taken in the Rule 5. Chase Mydroth, we'll go get you. You're eligible, not anymore. Brandon Drury's eligible, don't care. 34 years old. I'm very, very excited about this team. Oh, I forgot to mention Tony Gonsolin, who we picked up in the Rule 5 draft. He was god awful. Like 5.75 ERA. I think his ERA as a starter was over 7, so we threw him in the long relief for the bullpen. You know, he still has a year of control left. We'll offer him arbitration. But we're not gonna offer you much because he was so bad. Hopefully that wins for us in arbitration. Jonathan Cannon, you're gonna get arbitration. You had a decent year. Let's see if 3.5 mil will do it. I hope so. Penn Murphy's up for arbitration. He had a fantastic year. I would happily give him 3 mil. Maybe that's the move. Matt Tice, do I bring him back? I wouldn't mind having him just, actually, I don't know, as a backup catcher. maybe not. Do I bring Bobby Dahlbeck back just as a body? He has versatility. He does have a little bit of pop, but his vision's terrible. His clutch is terrible. How much would it cost? I mean, we could probably find someone better. Cam Boozer actually had a fantastic season, so I will offer him 3.2. Hopefully that will do it. I know his overall is terrible. Dan Altavilla, he had a fantastic 2025. Why did we not have him in the bullpen? I will offer him just the bare minimum arbitration. Justin Anderson, he hasn't pitched in years in the majors. He's 34 years old. I think I am just going to release Tice, Dahlbeck, and Anderson. I think I am, because maybe not. Who's out there in free agency? We could probably find someone better in free agency. Or just maybe bring up Hackenberg. Nah, who cares? I'll offer him arbitration. I'll do it. We'll do the minimum. We'll take it down to 900K, even though we'll probably lose, but we got a lot of money to play with. But I will release Altavilla and Justin Anderson. That's what we will do. Even though they're probably some of our best relievers. Wait a minute. I can't release him? Oh, I offered him arbitration. That's my bad. I'm an idiot. What did I just talk about? Bam, it was a long week. I worked a lot, so I'm not all there. So cut me a break. All right, cut me a break. And if you're enjoying this, like the video and subscribe for future streams. I'm going to try to do this once a week until either we win a World Series or the MLB The Show 26 comes out. Anyway, we'll go ahead and tender contracts. Do we offer Noah Schultz like a longer term deal? I think maybe we should. Let's capitalize off of his good performance. Actually, do we? Maybe we think about that next year. We'll think about that next year. We'll limit it. We'll just renew his contract. We'll think about it next year. If a guy performs well 2 years in a row, that's maybe when we think about extension. I don't want to get locked too much into a contract, especially he had a good rookie year, but he didn't have like an amazing rookie year. Maybe that can be like a mid-season extension talk. Same thing with Hagen Smith. We'll see what he does. Davis Martin, renew his contract. Colson Montgomery, renew his contract. I'm not going to announce all of these, but we're probably just going to renew everyone's contract. Maybe get rid of some deep potential dudes who want like 800K, but I'm going to try to zoom past this so you guys are not just waiting. Ooh, nope, don't want to do that. Because these guys are like, the spots are open. Spots are open. It depends on spring training performances. Maybe we should test out spring training a little bit. See who wins roles and whatnot. Maybe that's a good thing for maybe Edgar Cuero. Can he win the starting catching job? That's what we can do. We can do like spring training tryouts. I wonder if critical situations go in spring training as well, because I would honestly be interested. I'm just kind of thinking out loud, which is not a good thing. Not a good thing for people's perception of how my intelligence is. My English is like my third language. I speak it like it's my third language, yet it's my only language. So keep that in mind. Terrell Tatum, how much do you want? You want 780K? Get out of here. Get out of here. Deep potential dudes, we're just going to try to sift them out. Unless they have value. I mean, he could be a decent fielder. Maybe we keep him. He's got decent fielding, decent speed. He could find a spot. Like if by chance we blow the doors off of expectations next year. I really am excited about this franchise. I really am. Tristan Gray. Do we extend him or sign him for another year? 30 years old. Same with Jordan Sprinkle, deep potential dudes. Well, we're like clogged at the shortstop position anyway. I don't want those guys getting plate appearances over our prospects. Oh, speaking of prospects, our draft last year was absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible draft. I forgot to go over that. Excuse me. We drafted a generational talent at second base. I forgot we were going to have to factor these guys in. Gene Clark, generational talent, good at everything. I think we are going to start him at AA. I don't want to like be a service time manipulator, but I also don't want to stun his growth. Let's see how he does at AA. If it's a breeze for him in a month, he's in AAA. If that's a breeze for him, he'll earn the call to trip to the majors. That's what the deal is. He has to show us that he's mentally ready. He's not going to start right away, although he's probably our best player. He's absolutely our best offensive player, which is crazy. And a couple of our starting pitchers that we drafted, fantastic future ahead of them. Dave Herrera, A potential. Jim McClellan, A potential. I think we drafted a couple B potential dudes too, but we also drafted another 99 potential in Kosuke Suzuki. Yes, he's a little bit away as far as overall, but those contact attributes, vision and clutch, would play right now. So we're not necessarily going to worry about his fielding. If he hits his way through the minors and his hitting attributes are there when he's like a 67 overall, DH, 100%, especially if he can help us win and we're in a win now mode. Now, Diego Estrella is for sure the better fielding third baseman. So he's absolutely ahead of him as far as playing third, but you know, options are open. Nothing's a sure thing yet, except for I think Gene Clark will be a sure thing. That's what I think. Anyway, back to tendering contracts and releasing Tristan Gray and Jordan Sprinkle. That's what we will do. Yo, we have so many shortstops. We might just let some dudes play who like maybe we need them to figure it out. Brooks Lee, we might just have him play in the majors. Who knows? It depends on what's out there for free agency. Anyway, I'm repeating myself so much. Sorry about that. Perfect. Oster Kolas. Do we need to just release him as well? No, he has some value. Plus, he's a White Sox staple. Jacob Burke, he has some fielding and some speed. Plus, he doesn't want the like 800K, so that's really what's saving him. C potentials will keep just because I'm kind of being a little bit lazy this year with roster construction. I mean, these 800Ks will add up, so I need to keep them in mind for a little bit. But the 60Ks, we just need 60K D potential dudes. We just need bodies, pretty much. Oh, never mind. I want him gone. 63 overall cannot be making 800K. Sorry. Very sorry. And by sorry, I mean I'm not really that sorry. Elko, 60K, perfect. This is the most boring part of the off season. My apologies. Nick Podkul, sure. Hackenberg, sure. Sorry about this. Julian Aguiar. Gonna call my aunt later today. Pablo Sandoval. Not that Pablo Sandoval. Jesse Schultens. Sure. Shane Smith, sure. Chase Plimmel. Never heard of you. Mason Adams. Got two first names. Minus the S at the end of Adams. Dalton Roach. Eldon Weiss. B potential dude. We keep for trade bait maybe. Yeah, and I guess a lot of these D potentials, maybe we could get like a very bad or C level prospect from them just because maybe they have speed, maybe they have fielding. Could be a guy like Terrence Gore, perhaps, who provides nothing at bat, but he can steal a base in timely fashion. And after this, we do have 110 mil to spend. We don't really have any pending offers. I will release Bobby Dahlbeck. I don't think I did that yet. Sure, let's do it. Bobby Dahlbeck. I don't want to pay him so much. He's 30 years old and just bad. But anyway, let me real quick before we get into free agency. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna refill the coffee. We back. We back. We back. We back. We back. Okay. So we are already looking. I forgot you could see the free agents from this screen. My mistake. But I don't know how strong this free agent class is. Garrett Crochet, I'm definitely interested in a dude like Garrett Crochet. Definitely interested. What do we want to focus on positional needs real quick before we look at the names? We definitely need outfielders. Should I just maybe right field? Maybe right field. I know Kyle Teal can play left field. Literally all of the outfield spots. Literally almost all of these spots in general. Maybe we do focus on a starting pitcher. I don't want to focus on catcher. Not necessarily shortstop either, since we have Colson and Willie Castro. Third base, maybe. I think we do need an upgrade at first base, or maybe let's try third base. Team needs. We need someone who gets on base. We need an on base machine, and a power pitcher would be great. I would love a power pitcher. So let's look at the board. Top 150 free agents. Top 5, we got Crochet, who, you know, fits that build of what we wanted, maybe like a late 20s guy who can be great for years. And look what he did last year. Pretty solid year. Not as dominant as I would have thought, though. Like 166 Ks and 178 innings, 65 stamina. Would he be worth 41.4 mil a year? Especially when we got Chris Bubich here, who is... My bad. I thought I was in the starting pitcher category. Or maybe Freddie Peralta, who had he didn't have an amazing year either. And he's been kind of riding those ERAs of high to mid threes, maybe. I don't know. Do we look at Freddie Peralta? Jack Flaherty, maybe he's a stopgap. Maybe he fits that build of, we sign him. He does want 4 years, but could we sign Chris Sale to a 1-year deal and trade him? He had a good year last year. I'm not really digging this free agent class. Brady Singer, he had a solid year last year. He's going to be mid-rotation dude, 4 years, 20.7 mil. I don't know. Do I like any of these starting pitchers? We need to do something, though. We need to do something. I would kind of be interested to see how Garrett Crochet is interested in us. Let's go ahead and put him on the board. Let's go ahead and put him on the board. Let's look at first baseman. We got Pete Alonso here, 32 years. He only wants 2 years, 16.6 mil, which is kind of crazy. He looks like he had a fantastic year. 43 bombs, 100 ribbies, OPS approaching 9. Yep, 892. Do we put him on our board? Maybe. Let's put him on our board. Let's see what he wants. At the very least, we can trade him. And this, I mean, it's kind of what we want to do. He's 32 years old. He's not going to be in our window of competition per se. Not going to worry about catchers. Third baseman, Alec Boehm. I don't know about that. Max Muncy only wants 1 year. 36 years old. He could really help someone out. Let's look at our depth chart. We got Willie Castro. Colson Montgomery is listed as our starting third baseman right now. We need outfield so bad. Ryan Clifford. Jeez, we need everything so bad. I would like a first baseman, so I wouldn't mind. I absolutely wouldn't mind Pete Alonso. Ha-Seong Kim, he wants 5 years. I don't know about that. JP Crawford. I mean, that's a good year, but very small sample size. 32 years old. He improved. Speed potential. Ian Happ, Jake Fraley, Taylor Ward. All these dudes are, I mean, Ian Happ, what did he do last year? Decent year. I'd love a switch hitter. He only wants 2 years, 18.5 mil. I think I'd be interested in him. Cody Bellinger's asking for 5 years. I don't really want to sign anyone who has B potential in the 30s to a 5-year deal who's declining. He's declining. Varsho, 30 years old. That could be interesting. Fantastic fielder. How much does he want? 5 years? I don't know, man. OPS of 644. No thanks, pal. Victor Robles, though. What did Victor Robles do? I mean, he improved. 29 years old. Great fielder. Not an amazing year. 698 OPS. What was his WAR? 2.2. He wants 5 years. We are not getting Castellanos. Although, what did he do last year? He was kind of a platoon bench dude. What do we do? We're definitely going to put Ian Happ up there. Let's see what these guys want. We'll lock in, advance a week, and see what happens. The Rangers just got Wilson Contreras. They trade him to the Cardinals. Cardinals got Devin Williams, who had an atrocious year, a couple really bad years, and Alejandro Osuna, a B-level prospect. I don't know. Worth it? He's got 2 years left on his deal. I mean, whatever. I don't know how even that trade is. I would like to see, like, what's the level looking like? Rasmussen is Minnesota Twins are looking at Drew Rasmussen. What did he do last year? I mean, I would add him to the big board, but he's not really the main focus right now. Plus, I got a full board. I don't want to take anyone away. Pete Alonso just doesn't care about us. I don't know. I would love to sign him. He wants to win now, though. Is it worthless? I think it is. It looks like New York's talking to him, both New Yorks. Ian Happ, though, looks like he kind of wants to be there for us. Garrett Crochet, I mean, former White Sox. Maybe he wants to build something here. I'm going to remove Pete Alonso. Let's look at another guy. I wouldn't mind if Willie Castro can play everywhere, basically. So maybe we put him in the outfield. Do we have another shortstop we could go get? Another shortstop maybe interested. I'm down with JP Crawford. Let's see what he needs from us. His motivation is decreased because of Willie Castro. Can't our camp tell him that we would have Willie Castro play somewhere else? 2 years, 18.5. I would. Let's just give it another week. He's still talking to people. Positional needs. Let's go change those so we can. Let's change it from right fielder to left field. I should have done that in the first place. And we'll change third base to shortstop so JP Crawford gets the mold. I don't like that we can only choose 2 of those. On base machine applies to Ian Happ and Crawford. So we got all of them right there. Got no, just making sure we got nothing left to do as far as arbitration. Brian Ramos could be taken in the Rule 5 draft. Let's protect him because I think someone could select him. And you know what? I wouldn't necessarily hate him starting. We'll just have to see. And speaking of stuff, I just want to make sure that our injuries are turned on. Injuries are on. Perfect. Let's go another week. The Twins got Chris Bubich to a 4-year deal. That's a good deal for Bubich. I think that's a good deal for both teams. I mean, Chris Bubich gets a long-term deal. He had a fantastic year. 55 saves. I missed that. 55 saves and 5 holds, looks like. The Orioles are interested in a trade. Emilio Pagan for Jacob Amaya. Pagan did pretty well. Jacob Amaya, a shortstop prospect. You know, I would absolutely do this deal. I'm absolutely doing this deal. I think Pagan, we need relief help anyway. We do take on money. It's a 2-year contract, but I would like to see if he pops off and maybe we can flip him. He had a pretty good year. Actually, should we? I mean, we don't really have any spot for Jacob Amaya. Or do we? It's tough. I don't know. That is kind of a little bit of money. And he is declining. I don't know if we're going to be able to... Is he going to pop off or not? Because I feel like he's not going to pop off. We'll keep it in the back pocket. 3 years, 30 mil. That's not something I want to make for a reliever. I don't want to do that for a reliever. That's too much money. Sean Burke on the 40 man. Sure. We'll get him on the 40 man just because I don't necessarily want to lose him. I think he could be a trade potential if he kind of progresses, even though he's a little bit older, but starting pitchers are a little bit different. Freddie Peralta. Could he play secondary to Crochet? He's 3 years older, 6-year deal. I don't think so. Nah, I don't think I'm that interested. JP Crawford's a little interested in us. But Ian Happ, do I make that offer right now? I think we go one more week. Or do we go ahead and just... Oh, this is something I didn't see. I didn't see we only had 88 mil to spend. It's a really good thing I didn't take that Emilio Pagan trade. I think man, this is going to be difficult. We are in a tough spot. We'll go one more week. One more week. Do we look at the Rule 5 draft as well? I think we do. Is there anyone left here on the 40 man that Rule 5 draft eligible that I'm interested that I don't want to lose? Not really. Zobak and Ulola. I'm not really worried about losing them. If we lose them, okay. My bad. But I don't think we will. 41 mil a year. That is a lot of money. We have I mean, we will lose. Let's look at our budget. Let's go look at our budget before I go on a tirade about our budget. We are going to get Willie Castro, Danny Jansen, Tyro Estrada, Poche, Miranda, Gavin Lux off the books, depending on what happens with them. So that is a lot of money coming off the books. It's a good there's about 15 right there, another 20. Let's call it like 35 mil off the books. That would basically be Garrett Crochet's salary. I still wish we could front load these contracts. I will offer Ian Happ a contract because I do think it's a better deal for us. Let's do 2 years, 20 mil. Actually, no, we'll just keep it where it was. We'll keep it where it was, see if he's interested. Maybe it's the first offer that he receives. And we will see what happens. Let's see what happens, you know? I'll give Homek another shot. I'll give it another shot. I'm not going to offer Crochet a contract yet. I might wait until it's like now or never. Let's get him up to, like, I want to get Crochet up to 70%. Anywhere from 65 to 70%, maybe go down on the years. Like a 6-year deal, potentially. But there's a certain point we need to just get on the quantity of offers. Come on, Ian Happ. Come on, Ian Happ. Come on, Ian Happ. Ah, he didn't sign with us. And he signed with the he signed with the Royals, a competitor, a division rival. That's rough. The Pirates get Nico Horner to a 4-year deal. He just oozes Pirates to me too. It is now or never. I don't think that it is going to happen. This is going to be a failed offseason, isn't it? I don't really like this offseason class, but I don't think jeez, man. Could I go? I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. I can't do it. That's a lot of money. That's half our budget basically right now for a team that has a lot of things to fix. I can't do it. He signs with the Giants, 6 years, 42. No way he would have signed with us. Good amount of years too. Damn. Yes, I would like to stop simulating. This is rough, man. Verification failed. How do we fail verification? Anyway, we're just going to keep him at the #1 spot. We do need it. We need a starting. Actually, I think starting pitcher is what we have the most depth for. I think we'll be okay. Maybe we stop looking at starting pitcher. Catcher, I'm not worried. Mountcastle could be a good option. What did he do last year? Not bad. He wants 5 years. Ryan O'Hearn, maybe that's a good option. That could be a decent. He had a killer year last year. 832 OPS, 33 years old. He improved. I'm down to see what he wants. Let's look at an outfielder. He's not rumored to be. Victor Robles is not rumored to be talking with anyone. Chas McCormick, what did he do last year? That's not a bad year. He wants 2 years. Randall Grichuk, he's going down. Nah, that's not going to be the move. Jake Fraley, he's improving. This is just not a great class of free agents. Taylor Ward's going down. Didn't really have a great year either. Randy didn't have a great year. Ha-Seong Kim and Orlando Arcia, Braves legends. Ha-Seong Kim wants too much. Too many years. Too many years. 5 years. No thanks. Alec Boehm, same kind of situation. Let's see if Max Muncy will take a 1-year deal. There's a gnat just flying around. Driving me crazy. Wants me to fail. This gnat wants me to fail. This gnat absolutely wants me to fail. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and offer JP Crawford. We need a little bit of urgency. He could play third, or Willie Casher can play whatever. I'm also interested in the Rule 5 draft. JP Crawford sign. JP Crawford is one of our additions. 2 years, 10.3 mil. I'm into it. Jack Flaherty, good year, good deal for him, I think. 31 years old, not really that interested. Ha-Seong Kim, 4 years, 23.4 mil a year for that's not great. I mean, he plays good defense, but I'm 31 years. I'm happy we didn't do that. We don't need old dudes on long contracts. That's what we do not need right now. You know what? I would be okay to add Chris Sale to our board. 1 year, and there are never any bad 1 year deals, is what I heard someone say one time. So I'd be down for it. We're going to be making a lot of trades this year. Let's go ahead and offer Ryan O'Hearn. He'd be our first baseman. Max Muncy would be our third baseman. We're going to have a lot of lefties. We're going to be very lefty heavy. Maybe we got to focus on some righties after these two. Who, you know, they have to remain with the team till June 15th. Hey, if they're playing well, come June 15th, see you later. Unless we're doing well and Ryan O'Hearn may just stay with us. Max Muncy, where are you going? Are you on the team? Maybe next time. Okay. Chris Sale has like no motivation to sign. You know, what if I upped it to like 30 mil? I'd be down. Actually, not interested. Never mind. 2 years, 24 mil. It's probably a good deal for him. Draft lottery. We're at 4th right now. Can we get boosted to number 1, please? I just don't fall. We cannot fall. We need top draft pick. We fell. We fell to 6. I still think 6 is good. At least we didn't fall even further. Ryan O'Hearn, where are you going? Welcome to the team, Ryan O'Hearn. You are our first baseman. Perfect. Maybe there's some outfield help on the Rule 5. Nestor Cortez, what did he do? That's not bad. This gnat is absolutely driving me crazy. Trying to catch it with one hand. This is terrible. Don't do this at home. I'm doing this at home. No, I'm not interested. Come on, Nat. Fly your ass over here. Not interested. All right, Maximus Muncy. Let's see what you would like with a 1 year deal. Will you do it? Stone Garrett. What did he? Not a bad year. I wouldn't mind having a righty like you. 2 years, 4.7 mil. I'm here for it. Literally nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. I don't want another lefty. Randy Arozarena, how many years does he want? He's kind of improving. Kind of decent all around. You know, we need some personality on our team, and I think Randy Arozarena has that. He's got that little X factor, and by little X factor, I mean a lot of X factor. So let's lock that in, see what happens. Rule 5 draft. I don't think anyone's going to take any one of our players. Carson Seymour, 76 potential. It's not bad. Andrew Pickney, 26 years old, B potential. I mean, pick him and stash him on the bench, maybe. That wouldn't be a bad option. Same thing with Colby Thomas. I mean, decent fielding. What's the worst that can happen? Logan Evans, just pick him, put him in the bullpen. We just need guys to improve. We need value. I'll take Pinkney. Yeah. Welcome to the team. 85 potential. Yo, I'm down with that. Absolutely down with that. Let's look at other dudes. Any relievers that would be worth it? Dude, I think this guy, Peter Strzelecki, roast me in the comments for that pronunciation. Michael Grove, I mean, that wouldn't be bad. Be potential reliever, 30 years old. I mean, I would not be upset about that. Is there anyone who could be like a starting outfielder? No. Hunter Renfroe is here. No thanks, pal. No thank you. This guy, I mean, this guy could probably start for us if we're being honest. Maybe make him the backup catcher. We'll see who pops off between Danny Jansen and Edgar Quero. Almost caught it. I almost caught that gnat single-handedly. Quite literally single-handedly. Jason DeLay. Should I? I still maybe want more development from Quero and definitely Kyle Teal. This dude's 32 years old. I'm doing it. He can be our backup, whoever becomes our starter. And if Edgar wins this starting job, maybe Danny Jansen's our DH. And the reliever we were looking at, Peter Strzelski. I think I'll take him too. I'm down. To hell with it. I think that's going to be it, though. I think that's going to be it as far as Rule 5 drafts picks. I mean, the walks per night is scary. Justin Bruihl. We kind of need another lefty. I'm doing it. Justin Bruihl. We're not going to be in a mode to compete this year. Most likely. Full 40 man. Okay. We took a lot of guys in the Rule 5 draft. A lot of dudes. Time to maybe remove some guys. Quickly. Maybe a D potential dude can get out of here. Lennon Sosa. Nick Maton maybe. We'll cross that bridge when it comes. Or maybe we should we just go ahead and cut ties with someone? Part of me is regretting Pinckney and Bruihl, but I think those are decent options. Denzel Clark, maybe we put him on the Chase Mydroth. Do we trade him? Joey Loperfido. We got a lot of guys who have similar builds, similar ages, B potential. Sean Burke. Maybe I'd just take him off the 40 man. I don't think anyone's going to pick him up. And if they do, oh well. If they do, oh well. Same thing with Matt Tice. I was just iffy about, I offered him arbitration. Duh. Nick Maton, did I offer him arbitration? I can take him off the 40 man. I won't be upset about it if he gets taken. I think same thing with Owen White. Maybe Corey Julks as well. All right, we'll see what happens. Let's go a couple days. Phillies get Robbie Snelling. Be potential starting pitcher for Jess Zickafoos. Looks like he could be a very, very big time reliever, except the K per 9 might be an issue with him. And Todd Rosales. Oh my God. Yo, you see potential 60 overall, but look at his contact stats already off the bat. 78 and 78 respectively. That's actually kind of nuts. That's actually kind of nuts. Interesting. Max Muncy, are you a White Sox? Maybe next time. We did catch his attention, though. Yes, we will stop. We will drop and rival opportunity. Ryan Mountcastle, no, I don't want to take any of those guys off. Max Muncy, I'm going to offer all these dudes, but we should just maybe change the old priorities. On base machine, we'll do right-handed and left-handed batter. Keep forgetting to change these. When I play on my own, I forget to change these as well. I'm going to offer Muncy again, that 1 year, 10.5 mil. Stone Garrett, I'll go ahead and just get this up to 5, about 5, and we'll see where that lands. Randy Rosarena. Would I want to do a 1-year deal? I wouldn't hate to do a 2-year deal. 2 years, 12 mil. I'd be down with it. Who says no? I certainly don't say no. Come on, Stone. Next time. Okay. The Dodgers are interested in a trade. Randy Dobnak. I mean, that would clear a 40-man spot, but I don't necessarily want a guy like this. Hasn't pitched in the majors. I guess the Dodgers are interested in Jacob Melton. B-level, B potential outfielder. We got Randy. Randy looks good in pinstripes. Perfect. Max Muncy, what you doing? You coming to Chicago? Yes, you are. Welcome to the South Side. Welcome to the South Side. I will release these players. I can't release. Wait a minute. I guess. Is Matt Tice still? I guess I could. No, I offered him arbitration. I can't keep these things straight. We do have a full 40-man. I guess we'll have to fix that once the season starts. If we sign any more people. But we do have too many players, so let's go ahead and just clear that up. I would like to release Dalton Roach, who is a deep potential dude. We have a lot of catchers. We have a ton of shortstops. We have 11 shortstops on the roster. Maybe we should just cut ties with a couple of these dudes, even though Nick Maton probably deserves to be on the bench at least. Same thing with Brooks Baldwin. Jacob Amaya, we should have just taken that trade. Sam Willis. 46, I'm releasing. You're not going to turn into anything. You are just have just no potential as far as what you can do with this team long term. Terrell Tatum, Jacob Burke. They can stay. We got a lot of reliever. We got a lot of starting pitchers too. Jake Eater. Maybe we package some dudes for a trade. Prelander, Baroa. Now let's just release a couple dudes. It's not realistic if we trade them away for like another C-level potential dude. I'm sure we have a D-level reliever. I offered Altavia arbitration because I'm a moron. I gotta stop. I gotta look these things through in depth a little bit more. Chase Plemmel, get out of here. Sorry, buddy. Gil Luna, you also can leave. Okay. Perfect. I think that's good. Brandon Lau. I don't make. We have too many lefties. Not interested right now. Actually, what's our depth chart looking like? Basically our whole infield is lefties. Gene Clark, Willie Castro is going to be there. Willie Castro is going to play second, or maybe even the outfield. Well, if Willie Castro plays the outfield, we could get Brandon Lau to play the infield. How much does Jazz want? I don't really. Too many years. Too many years. Not great enough player, in my opinion. Pete Alonso's still out there. I should have just kept him on our board. Let's put him back on our board. Let's put him back on our board. Let's offer Stone Garrett the deal again. Let's go put Brandon Lau out there too. I mean, these are a lot of changes, man. These are a lot of potential changes. We're going to change the left field to second base. We're going to change third base to first base. To hell with it. Let's put Pete Alonso back on there. Why not? Why not? Who says no? And we are officially in 2027. Freddie Peralta goes to the Tigers for 34.1 mil a year. Good deal for them. Now or never. You know, let's just throw a Hail Mary. 2 years, 20.75. I don't know why I can't go higher on that. I don't really like how they did the free agency this year, by the way. I mean, just the copy and paste from the draft board. That would be insane if he signed with us. If he decided to sign with us, that would be absolutely insane. Because of the offer that we sent. He was like at 20-some%. I didn't look at a final situation, but Pete's apparently going to the Dodgers because why not? Everyone else is going. Stone Garrett, man, what's it gonna take? 67 motivation. You're still not signing with us? Ooh, they gave him 3 years. I mean, that's not bad. I almost thought Jazz went to the Dodgers. Jazz is a Royal. Royals are kind of making moves. They got Ian Happ as well, I believe. Brandon Lau has 3 motivation. That's kind of nuts. I've never seen a motivation that low. That's hilarious, actually. Very hilarious. I think we just take him off the big board. Who else is out here? Recommended free agents. Jonah Heim, interesting. Can't play anywhere else though. Would he be could he be like a DH type? Sure. I do plan on Willie Castro on the outfield. Tyro Estrada will probably start for us unless we find someone better. Randy's in left. We could probably use a couple more outfielders. Tyrone Taylor wouldn't be a terrible option, I don't think. Maybe Ramon. Didn't have a great year. Yastrzemski. Not a bad year, but he's old. Jorge Soler. I mean, it would be brutal to have him in the outfield. It would be absolutely brutal to have him in the outfield. Pavin Smith, though. Did he pave his way on the roster? I don't think so. He didn't even play last year. Derek Hill, what did he do? What did he end up doing? Not great. He is a good fielder. Would I just have him start in the outfield for us? Or Alec Thomas, interesting. You know, he has good fielding attributes. He's only 26. It looks like they non-tendered him. Do we just throw him in the outfield and see what happens? 26 B potential. I mean, this is kind of he's just going to be a stopgap unless he actually develops. I'd sign him. We do need Stone Garrett is going to be in the plans because I have a feeling he's going to end up signing with us. He'll play right. So Alec Thomas we could just put in center. And then if he struggles, Brain Montgomery popping off in AAA, then we just bring him up. Maybe if we get both of those guys, we will have Willie Castro play second. And Tyro Estrada will just be on the bench because he sucks. We should probably look at some relief options too while we're here. Matt Strom, decent year. He wants 1 year, 8 mil. I would do that. Piamps, good season. Let's put him on the board. Positional needs. We'll go center field instead of second. Instead of first base, we'll go reliever. Team needs right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Contact on base machine. Speed, defense. Neither of those guys apply to those two things. Never mind. See what happens. Colt Emerson is traded to the Rangers for Evan Carter. Evan Carter has just not really found his way, but it looks like he progressed quite a bit. He's probably going to end up platooning. Colt Emerson, what are you looking like, sir? Dude, a potential dude. Had a rough season, but 21 years old. Mariners, I don't like this trade for the Mariners. I mean, Evan Carter can still develop into something really, really good, but Colt Emerson's a potential looks to be a little bit more balanced. I guess it just depends on each team's needs. Stone Garrett, what is the holdup? Just make the decision. Just make the decision, pal. Ramon Laureano, I'm not interested. You want too much money as well. Alec Thomas, 83 motivation to sign. Dude, should I even just give him? Nah, we'll give him 2 years. 2 years, I'm down with it. That's nothing. And we're just going to test him in the outfield. Stone Garrett, his lineup is going to look completely different by the time we're finished with it. And we are going to have to make some tough choices with the 40 man. Like, we got a lot of dudes who we're going to have to cut ties with. Joe Payamps is no longer interested? Interesting. Stone Garrett just is just holding out. All right, Alec Thomas is going to be our center fielder. We're going to see what he does. Auto fix 40 man. All right, we're going to have to make some tough choices. I think Denzel Clark is coming off the 40 man. I don't know if anyone's going to pick him up, or should I just keep the, you know, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do in this situation. I think we'll just cut the dudes who have C potential off the 40 man. Brian Ramos, he's probably going to get picked by someone, but that's okay. Lennon Sosa, same situation. I'm okay with it. I just don't want to take anyone off the 40 man who has like maybe long-term potential with the team or medium-term potential with the team. I'll take Corey Julks off there too. That's fine. Are they going to get picked up? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Taylor Rogers, interesting. He did horrible last year. Absolutely horrible. But what's he want? What was his FIP? His FIP was 4.52. 5 blown saves, 11 losses for Cincinnati. That's a rough season. He only wants 1 year, $4 million. We need another lefty too. I mean, we can have 3 lefties. All right, motivation is maxed, Stone. Are you gonna come to the play with us or not? Come on, dude. What are you waiting for? What's our bullpen situation looking like? Not terrible. No, Drew Thorpe is absolutely going to be in the rotation. I don't know why they have him in the relief section. I'd want to go Schultz, Cannon, Smith, Thorpe, and then maybe Davis Martin, or maybe someone we can, maybe even Tony Gonsolin. Okay. Who's another reliever? I guess I do need to plug the controller in. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Joe Jimenez had a fantastic year. 2.09 ERA. Okay. Dude, whatever happened to TJ Antone? He was pretty decent back in the day. 2021, like after 2021, he just fell off. We could put him on our board. Jimenez, too. Let's see what happens. Stone, come on. It's been like years. Finally, you agree. Thank you. Thank you. It's an everyday starting job. What's not to like? When's the last time you had that, Stone? It's been a while. It's been a while. If ever. Maybe never. Taylor Rogers, welcome to the squad. Welcome to the squad, sir. Enjoy your bullpen role. How many guys are on the 40-man? We have a full 40-man roster. Randy Rosarena is our best player. This lineup is going to look completely different. It's actually going to be wild compared to last year. Kind of nuts. I'm excited. A lot of dudes that we're going to trade. Mark Leiter Jr., B potential reliever, 35 years old. He had a decent season. How much do you want? A 1 year, 4.9 mil? Bring it on. I don't mind spending literally all of our budget on 1 year deals or 1 and 2 year deals, because 2 years from now, we're going to be in competition mode. This is, we're like setting things up for the future. Let's see what we can get back for these dudes if they pop off. If they don't pop off and we just have to let them go at the end of the year, okay, that is fine. Let's see what happens with these two. Joe Jimenez no longer interested. No, just keep simulating. TJ, buddy, you want a bullpen role. Yes, you do. Well done. That beard and pinstripe combination goes hard. Well done. 41 players in the 40-man. Looks like we got to cut ties somewhere again. Maybe in retrospect, maybe I shouldn't have taken so many guys in the Rule 5 draft, but hey, we took some B potential dudes. We took some dudes with some upside. Jason DeLay can probably do well on the bench. And no one who we took off the 40-man got claimed. So I'm very happy about that. Denzel Clark. We got guys who are better fielders. Sorry, but you're a bit old to be a prospect nowadays. We'll have to remove someone else if Mark Leiter Jr. signs. Okay, welcome to the team. Brandon Lau in Yankee Stadium is going to go hard. Wow, that's a fantastic signing by them. I wonder in real life who would do better there, Jazz or Brandon Lau. It'd be interesting. I don't know. I love Jazz, but I love Brandon Lau as well. This lineup is going to be so different. I'm so looking forward to this. So looking forward to this. Okay. It is February. It's almost spring training. We got 95 dudes on the squad. We got to release some guys. Got a lot of relievers, a lot of shortstops, a lot of second basemen. Are there any second basemen we can just get rid of? Brandon Drury. See you later, pal. So sorry to call you pal. I didn't mean to offend you. Who's a Jacob Amaya? No, we'll keep him around. Nick Maton. Did I offer you arbitration? No, I just signed you. Are you on the 40-man? No, you're not. I mean, he has value. He could have a decent, although his fielding is terrible. That's what's really going to limit him. Let's just, sorry, bud. Sorry, bud. 41 players on the 40-man. Okay. Gotta cut ties with someone. Do I take, who do I take off the 40-man? Owen White. No. Colin Poche, what did he do last year? He wasn't bad. This is tough, man. This is a tough situation. Low Perfido, we'll take you off the 40-man. We'll take you off the 40-man. If you get claimed, then oh well. We haven't gotten any, no one's claimed any of our dudes, so I'm down with that. Josh Spores. Good year last year. Let's just add him to the board. I don't know if we need to make any more signings. We just revamped our bullpen. A lot of bullpen pieces here. A lot of bullpen dudes. We got pretty decent bullpen depth as far as like 70 overalls, or maybe not as much as I thought we did. I wouldn't be upset with this rotation. I know we didn't do anything to sign anyone for the rotation, but we have decent dudes who I'm down with just throwing them out there and seeing what happens. Jonathan Cannon, this might be just an audition for other teams for him this year. Decent year this year, better year last year. but he could fit into someone's like long-term plans. Probably not ours. Same thing with Tony Gonsolin. I'm down to rock with Schultz, Thorpe, and Hagen Smith for a while. Thorpe, I just want that hits per 9 to go, or that walks per 9 to go up a little bit. Jairo Iriarte just not quite ready. I think he'll probably get back in the bigs at some point. Maybe we should look at another starter. Chris Paddock, maybe? Gosman? One last deal. He'd have our 5th, maybe 4th rotation spot. Bryce Wilson, do we bring him back? Huh. 29 years old, 1 year, 12 mil again. No thanks to Marcus Stroman. You know what? No thanks. Jordan Montgomery? No. Nah. All Blackburn. Interesting. How much does he want? 1 year, 10 mil? Be potential dude? John Gray, Lucas Giolito? Giolito, do we bring him back? Have a little reunion? Let's see. I don't think I'm... You know what? Let's offer Josh Sborz a contract. We want a little bit more depth in the bullpen. I think I underestimated how many dudes from the bullpen we traded away last year. Okay. Let's look at the arbitration hearings. Josh Sborz, are you a White Sox? You are a White Sox. Welcome to the squad. Cam Boozer signed with Boozer. He's making about 1.2 mil. Gonsolin's making 8.5 after the year he had. I think the arbitration panel just hates the White Sox. I think they're more of a Chicago Cubs group. Of course, I have 40 man. Of course, I have more than 40 men on the roster. I would love to just trade Tony Gonsolin right now. I would trade him for absolutely nothing. But no, he's got one of the best overall. He would be on the... Wait, Jonathan Cannon? Oh, he still has to figure out the old arbitration. Mitch Spence. No, he's got B potential. He's going to remain on the squad. Cam Boozer, yes. Gavin Lux, should I don't know, man. I don't know, man. This is tough. And like, who do I take off the 40-man roster? I mean, I think I got to take Jacob Melton off at this point. Penn Murphy, 2.75. That's fine. Pierce Johnson, I'm okay. Giolito, I'll even bump it up to 10. And this will probably be our final signing if he signs with us. I should have just cut Altavia. Maybe I can now. Maybe I can now. The Nationals claimed Jacob Melton. That's the first dude we took off the 40-man that got claimed. That's okay. All right, Lucas. All right, man. Welcome to the rotation. Jonathan Cannon, 3.5. They agree with us. Perfect. Perfect. Matt Tice, that's too much money, man. That is a GM. That is my fault. 3.2 mil is a lot. That's a lot of dough. Yeah, we got to auto fix the 40-man. I'll take Matt Tice off the 40-man right now. I'll even release him. I don't care. Can I release him after he just... I'll take him off the 40-man. If someone claims him, then excellent. Claim him. Claim that money. It looks like no one did. That's unfortunate for me. I'm a horrible, horrible GM. Absolutely terrible. Disgraceful GM even. Tim Elko. See you later, bud. Ryan Galani. I don't remember how you came to the squad, but I'll see you later. And by see you later, I mean I won't see you ever again. Happy trails. Very sorry. I've been rude. Last day for the big board. You know, let's just take a look and see what's out there. I'm impressed out of all these dudes. AJ Puck. How did I miss you? How in the hell did I miss you? You are 76 overall. Just an absolute tall freak human being. I will absolutely sign you to a contract, pal. I'd sign him to a 2-year deal, to be honest. He's 31 years old. I have faith in, I love a good hockey puck. And AJ Puck might be the best of them all. I'm not responsible for my bad jokes, okay? But I am responsible for this roster construction, which is debatably worse. AJ Puck, do you want the 3-year deal? Yes, you do. That's a steal, in my opinion. Great lefty. Absolutely great lefty. That's an absolute steal. And now I'm kind of nervous about this this bullpen construction with how many dudes I took from the Rule 5. I think I took 2 relievers. No, actually, I think I only took 1, but he's a lefty and he's like 50 overall. So that's unfortunate. Do I take... I don't think Chase Mydroth really has a spot. Brooks Lee, Austin Martin, they can all ride the bench. Or should I just trade them? I'd like to keep them on the roster. I think they'd be good bench pieces with Andrew Pinckney and Chase Mydroth's not going to have a spot. I'll take him off the 40-man. If someone claims him, oh well. Reds get Ryan Walker from the Phillies. Interesting. Walker's had some really, really good years. 49 saves last year, although 7 blown saves, but a 2.47 ERA, 1 even whip. Graham Ashcraft. Terrible year. Rafael Marichal, a 28-year-old, semi-prospect. I think the Phillies lose this one. He's got 3 years remaining, $4 million a year on his deal. Or he's up for arbitration the next 2. Never mind. I misread that. I don't know what they're doing. That was not the smartest in my opinion. Okay. I would not like to stop simulating. We are going to spring training. And I need to run to the bathroom real quick. We need to construct these lineups. It's going to be tough to squeeze everyone in who I want to get ABs, but I think we will have a little competition for Edgar Cuero and Danny Jansen. Who's going to start? Can Edgar Cuero land the starting role? He's definitely got better fielding statistics, attributes. My bad. Danny Jansen, can he finally show us what we signed him for and maybe audition out for other teams? Willie Castro, Tyler Estrada's probably going to ride the bench. He's going to be a fielding substitute, I think. But anyway, I'm going to go get another drink. And by drink, I mean cup of coffee, nothing alcoholic. And I'll be right back. Take a look at our bench right now. You can't see because of my face, but Willie Castro and Tyler Estrada are at the bottom playing shortstop and left field. You know what? I will remove my face just so you all can see it and just study it and see what you would do. Because we get a lot of options, a lot of variability in these lineups. I'll be right back. Oh man. Oh man. Yo, I can't believe it's I know this is not related to the old roster, but I can't believe it's already mid-October. And it is still 79 degrees here. I hope that means that it's going to be a light winter. Not a big winter guy. Not gonna lie. Okay. But anyway, maybe I'll mess around with my face and I'll move it up here. Or I'll move it up here so it looks like I'm looking at the middle of the screen. But anyway, we got to fix these rosters. We got to clean them up. Ryan Clifford, we can rock you on the bench for now. Our first baseman is going to be Ryan O'Hearn. JP Crawford's going to be playing shortstop for us. I will put Edgar Cuero behind the plate against righties. Danny Jansen, or against the lefties, I mean. Danny Jansen can start behind the plate against lefties. Stone Garrett's going to play right field for us. I wish the positions were still there, even though the bench is empty, so I wouldn't have to guess where I'm putting my dudes. You know? Willie Castro, you're going to be playing second base. I do want to I want to throw Alek Thomas in center field and just see what the hell happens. I'd like to see how he progresses. I mean, B potential, 26 years old. Good fielder. Maybe decent enough righty hitting. Not really sure. Max Muncy, you're going to be playing third. We got plenty of bench depth. Remember, we have to have Pinckney and Jason DeLay on the team. Jason DeLay will be our backup, and whoever wins the starting job, if Danny Jansen wins the starting catching job, we're gonna throw Edgar Cuero back in AAA just to get regular ABs, regular time behind the dish. Colson Montgomery, I think all these dudes are gonna start in AAA. Jose Miranda maybe being on the bench because he was decent last year. Ryan Clifford, we'll see. But let's do the order of this lineup. We got no real stud, although let's have Randy Rosarena lead off in every lineup scenario. Stone Garrett can play there. Tyro Estrada should probably be on the bench as well. Second baseman will be Willie Castro. JP Crawford right there. Ryan O'Hearn's not going to play center field. Max Muncy playing third. So we got 4 lefties, 2 switch hitters, and 3 righties as of right now. It's subject to change. I do want Edgar Cuero to get ABs. And, I said maybe Alek Thomas can audition for the role now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know who else we'd have. I mean, we'll switch the lineups like a weekend. We're actually probably going to player lock some of these spring training games. Max Muncy is going to be our best power hitter. Maybe we just bat him second each lineup. He's got pretty similar stat attributes. I mean, 28 contact versus the left. Maybe we move him down a little bit against the lefties, maybe 5th or so. Stone Garrett mashes lefties, he mashes lefties. So maybe we can just lead him off. Randy Rosarena second. But Randy Rosarena has really good discipline. So we'll just lead him off. Maybe he's an on-base machine. I mean, he got on base 321 clip compared to a 204 average. That's a big difference. So if he even hits like 240 for us, maybe the on base can be around 330, 340. That'd be a little bit valuable. Ryan O'Hearn against lefties will be down here. Alek Thomas will bat last against lefties. I don't mind this for the lefty lineup. I feel like it's pretty decent. JP Crawford surprisingly has reverse splits. I mean, it surprises me every single time. But it just shows how much work we have in the future with JP Crawford batting third, who had 166 at bats last year. That just shows us we still have a long way to go. A very long way to go. But I am excited to see how that pans out. Man. Who else should we like have kind of auditioning for roles? I mean, we'll look a week in. We'll look at everybody's stats maybe like a week, 10 days in. And if Willie Castro is struggling, maybe we get Gavin Lux some at bats. Maybe even Noel V. Marte. Well, he doesn't have second base secondary. Maybe even, I mean, Austin Martin can play everywhere. His contact stats are through the roof. He just can't field. So maybe he'd be like a DH potential dude. Edgar Cuero. Okay, that's fine with the lineups for now. Schultz, here, Jairo Uriarte in the rotation. No thanks, man. I think we'll start Tony Gonsolin in the long relief spot. We're definitely gonna have Giolito as our fifth dude. He needs to pop off so we can trade him. Okay. There's a lot of bullpen dudes. A lot of bullpen guys. Justin Bruiel. We'll see what happens. If we have to send him back to the team that he came from, then that's okay. 58 overall. After all of the like mid 70s guys that I signed. That's crazy. That's crazy, but we'll see what happens. I don't think I'm going to extend anyone this spring. There's just not enough guys. There's just not enough. It's just not enough time. Let's let's go ahead and player lock. Let's see what Edgar Cuero can do in his spring training debut. Let's go for it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what happens. Let's see if he can actually win the starting catcher role. Hope so. That'd be cool. Dave Pumpfield, how I love you so much. Stone Garrett with a grand slam. Ryan O'Hearn, RBI single. Fantastic showing so far. Okay. Ben Brown. I had him in fantasy a little bit this year. I mean, he has some good potential. Come on, Edgar. I mean, that's a good pitch to hit, but you know, I don't mind you seeing a couple pitches. Come on. Yeah, you wanted to, but you held up. Good eye, sir. Good eye. Like the plate discipline so far. Come on, Edgar. Ooh, just a little bit late on that. 99 miles an hour for Ben Brown. Okay, made contact. Good decision. Good decision. 6 runs. O'Hearn with another RBI double. He's kind of popping off a little bit. And maybe I will take my face back down here for the game stuff. Good eye. Okay. I see you. By the way, if you're new to the stream and are wondering what kind of inputs I'm using, I'm just using timing hitting. I want to make it more hitter attribute based for this franchise rather than my skill or lack thereof most of the time. Also, I'm going to use classic pitching instead of pinpoint because also relying on more player attributes. So, and I'm doing zoom as far as the hitting camera goes and broadcast for the pitching camera. Just want to make things more cinematic. Also, I don't want to have to, I want to rely on attributes. So fielding and base running is auto. So basically pitching and hitting, I'm doing just by hitting the buttons, no skill necessary. As Edgar Cuero takes a walk. And he is not a stolen base threat, but we're going to see how well he runs the bases on balls put in play. As another walk from Cody Poteet. Max Muncy. He's so far today in his spring training debut, a walk and a run. Like that, I imagine he scored a run on the grand slam from Stone Garrett. As that is a, we're tagging up, are we? We're tagging up, are we? We're tagging up. Is that a good base? Is that a good decision? No, it's not. They told us to do it. Third base coach lied to us, told us to do it. You know, it's probably good to test out the arms out there in the outfield and to test Edgar Quero's speed and base running. So I don't mind it, but my God, Drew Gray hangs a curveball right in the middle of the zone and Edgar Quero makes him pay. And that is not his strongest side, if I remember correctly. 456 feet, 111 off the bat. Edgar Quero looks like he bulked up, got a little stronger over the offseason. Good showing, sir. Only had 4 homers in the regular season last year. I think he wants more this year. Top of the 8th, we're up 7-0. That is a good sign. After that homer, he's a little bit antsy. He wants 2. A little early on the fastball up out of the zone. He wanted it right there. Good take. Just off the corner. That's a very good pitch. He's a little bit antsy as well. Geared up for the heat. That was a good pitch to maybe wait back on, shoot it to the other side. Just a little. That'll come with experience. That's a good take. 2-2. Come on, Edgar. Show us something. Ooh, swings at a high fastball. That's all right. 1K. That's okay. Good game. Rojas, a grand slam. Is that can't be Josh Rojas, right? Jefferson Rojas, I believe, a good prospect for the Cubs. Randy Arozarena 1 for 3. Max Muncy 0 for 3 with 2 Ks in his debut. Ryan O'Hearn, perfect debut. Ryan Clifford, a good at bat. Marte and Pinckney also with hits in their pinch hitting. Or Andrew Pinckney looks like he was subbed in at some point. Willie Castro 0 for 3. Stone Garrett with that one big swing, though. 1 for 4 with a granny, but 3 Ks. Not amazing. Edgar Quero, 1 for 3 with a solo shot and a K and a walk. That's a good day. What about on the pitching side? 5 Ks in 3 innings for Schultze. Drew Thorpe came in for the hold. Owen White, Davis Martin, and Mitch Spence all shut down appearances. Same with Taylor Rogers. And Cam Boozer, 3 hits and a walk. One of those hits being a grand slam. That's going to get you for an ERA of 108. Penn Murphy has to come in and get the save. But a decent first day. Looking forward to see what happens and who kind of pops off this spring. Let's go a couple days. Playing the Rangers. Let's player lock as let's do player lock as Danny Jansen. See what he brings to the table. Looks like Randy's struggling. Stone Garrett's still running that 444 average. Ryan O'Hearn's kind of popping off. 800. I know it's only been a couple games. Corey Seager with a solo shot to make it 1-0 for the Rangers. Danny Jansen, 101 hits in 137 games played last year. Not the best. As Danny Jansen swings at a hanging curve, did he get enough of that? He's at the track, and that is going to be a flyout. Ooh, man. Edgar Quero took that same pitch and destroyed it. So, early advantage to the catching job goes to Quero. Jansen, you're going to have to show me a little bit more. Going to have to take advantage of those hanging curveballs. Let's see what he's got in his second AB. And I didn't realize he was a 16-round draft pick. There he goes. He takes a sweeper that was hanging, and he's going to get an extra base hit there. So, nice to see him fight back a little bit. Good for Danny right there. Good for Danny. Good stuff, pal. Max Muncy up to bat. Come on. Gapper would feed families or whatever the kids are saying nowadays. Thought that was going to be an action pitch. That would have been cool if it was. Only a 2-time All-Star for Max Muncy. I could have sworn it was more. And that's gonna get through. We're going home. We're gonna test that arm in right field, and I think that's a Dolis. That's a cannon of an arm, but we got a solid base running there. And it was a run on anything, 2 outs, so that we're gonna score there. Seager, I forgot we traded Lou Bob to the Rangers. And Danny Jansen was pinch hit for in the 7th inning. He had a solid game, but Cuero has another solo homer. 1 for 3 for him. Danny Jansen 1 for 2 with an extra base hit. It's good to see Gavin Lux and Brooks Lee go 1 for 1 in spring training games, getting hits. This is good to see. Okay, we played 1 game as each, and you know, each of those dudes did fairly well. Oh, there are critical situations in spring training. You know, bottom of the 9th for Red Sox. We're going up against Ranger Robert Suarez. Austin Martin, can you come through and get a clutch base hit? Like, we have bench tryouts too, man. Austin Martin, not quite there yet, only hitting 143, but small sample size. This would be clutch too. I mean, Robert Suarez ain't no slouch. As that is going to be a dribbler up the middle, and I believe that was Xander. Was that Xander Bogaerts playing shortstop? I don't know. Notable players for San Diego. You can't see because my face is in the way. Aaron Shunk, Blake Sable, Dane Myers, and Eggy Rosario. Interesting. Ryan O'Hearn continues his tear. 2 for 3. Danny Jansen 1 for 3 with a ribby. That's nice to see. It's very nice to see. All right, we're gonna go a couple more games, and we're just gonna see where everyone's attributes are. Let's go see to the end of this week. I don't want to enter any critical situations. Yes, I would like to stop simulating. Let's see who's popping off and who's not popping off. Randy Rosarina is not doing too well. Max Muncy's not doing too well either. I don't care. Those two are going to start no matter what. We paid him on pretty solid contracts. Ryan O'Hearn's going crazy this spring. 444 with 3 bombs. I know it's spring training, but it's good to see. As I think the computer just totally... Or did I not do the right-handed... I don't think I adjusted the right-handed lineup, so that's my bad. Yeah, I don't think I did. So let me just do this real quick. Ryan O'Hearn will bat second. Max Muncy. I don't mind having 2 lefties back-to-back, especially if they can just destroy lefties, or righties, I mean. Danny Jansen. We'll put Willie Castro hitting 4th for us. Or maybe Stone Garrett. Yeah, we'll make that happen. Alec Thomas is probably going to hit, you know, a little bit lower. JP Crawford against righties is pretty rough. Okay, I'm okay with that lineup. Yeah, it turns out I just didn't set the lineup against righties. So that's my bad. Anyway, let's go look at the stats. Let me get my stupid face out of the way so you can see who I'm going over. Stone Garrett doing pretty well in his limited time, or everybody's limited time. Danny Jansen 267 with the bomb. He's going to be one of our main focuses this spring, as I talked about before. Willie Castro would like to see a little bit more, but 250 is much better than what he did last season, even though it's spring training. Alec Thomas, ooh, that is not a good showing. That's not a good showing for him. Maybe we put someone else in there. Let's put someone else in center field, or maybe we should player lock him and see what he does. Edgar Cuero doing pretty well in his spring training so far. 3 homers, 30 at bats, 267 average. You like to see that. JP Crawford, 3 homers, but 167 average. I'm sure it'll come around. He's more of a contact oriented guy anyway. Right. Let's see. Anyone off the bench notable? Pinkney, not really. Clifford's 2 for 6. Jason DeLay, we took in the Rule 5 draft. You know, 8 at bats, 1 homer. That could be a good backup catcher that we decided on. Noelvi Marte, not really anything. Gavin Lux, 600 average, 5 ABs. You know, I know he played center field, so I think we should give him the center field secondary. Maybe we should put him out in center field and see what he can do. Or maybe Austin Martin. His fielding's terrible though, and he's only hitting. He's got 1 bomb. That's his only hitting 13 at bats. Colson Montgomery's only gotten 2 at bats. Brooks Lee, looks like he's 2 for 6, but a couple ribbies. Kyle Teal is not really doing much. Tyra Estrada, who's 4 for 6, looks like. Braden Montgomery did not get a spring training invite, it looks like. I think I will give Gavin Lux the secondary of center field just because, I mean, we've seen him play center field in the playoffs. I think we'll do that. And I will not feel bad about it. Yep, we're at least giving him the secondary. Should we just make it overall outfield or should we just say center field? Maybe we'll just say center field. That's the only outfield position I know for a fact that he's played. So let's throw him in there for a little bit. Or we'll just do a player lock with Alec Thomas. If he goes hitless, then he is going to be subbed out for Gavin Lux. If he gets 1 hit or so, we'll keep him in there for a couple more days and just kind of see what happens. Come on, Alec. I'm rooting for Alec, man. Milwaukee Brewers, do they have... Ooh, who? Jesus Made is up. He got a spring training invite. I don't know to the extent of like how much he's been playing. Lucas Giolito's had a really good spring training start. Come on, Alec. Up against Mizurowski. I'm interested to see how he's been in this sim. His rookie year was 2026 and not bad. 134 whip, 2.4 war. I'm 3.8 FIP. I'm not upset about that. I wonder what his potential is. I know this timeline's a little bit different than IRL. Come on, Alec. Ooh, you know, that might have been a strike anyway. That was good timing. He should have just let it rip right there. Come on, Alec. Alec Thomas, is that going to stay fair? No, it's not. Oh man, that's brutal. That is brutal. Maybe he just run into some bad luck this spring training. That is a potential. That's a good take. I promise I didn't swing at that. Promise I didn't swing at that. You're just gonna have to take my word for it though. Come on, Alec. Alec Thomas, good timing, but he just pops it up. No pop right there. That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I thought that was going to be at least like a very hard, much harder hit ball. I would say much harder hit ball. Let's see what we got in the field. This will not impact his lineup presence at all because it's probably, or it might actually. Is he going to get there? He's not going to get there. I think it was a route running mishap. Good cut. Is he going to nail him at third? He's out, but that was a rough throw from the cutoff guy. Good for Alec Thomas to rebound quickly. Well played off the wall. I think if I ran a better route, he would have made that catch. I'm going to put that on me. Oh, Willie Castro solo homer. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm down with that. Come on, Alec. Let's get a base knock, man. Was he early on that? Much too early. Okay. Come on, Alec. That's a nice little base knock. He went the other way with that. I really like that approach. He waited on that fastball, shot it through the hole, the gap, whatever. On the left side. That's nice. Edgar Quero with another home run. His spring training stats look really, really good. I think we're going to try to steal here. Obviously trying to steal here. He's off to the races. As that is a deep fly ball from Edgar. Is that going to get out of here too? Warning track shot. Wow. I'm liking what Edgar is showing me, even the times where we're not actively playing as him. They're very, very nice. Ooh. Can we cut that? Can we cut that? Yes, Alec Thomas does cut that. 99 speed. Another good throw. He's playing some good defense. I kind of like what he's showing me this game. I know he only has 2 hits, but it's a small sample size. He's hit the ball pretty well. First AB, a foul home run. I think he's at least earned himself a little bit longer of a leash in spring training. Maybe we still sub in someone else just to see. We'll sub in Gavin Lux and just kind of see what he's got. Ooh, he gets hit. Now's not the time, man. We do not need an injury in spring training. I don't know if that can happen though. That is a rip. Is that going to get caught? That is going to get caught. Oh no, base running error. Base running mistake from Alec Thomas. You gotta keep your head in the game, pal. You gotta know how many outs there are. That's rough. That was my fault. That wasn't his fault. So that I'm not gonna hold that against him. Not gonna hold that against Alec Thomas. Ryan O'Hearn, Edgar Quero, and Willie Castro all homered. That is excellent. That is really, really good. I'm a big fan of that. Big fan of that. Let's go to like the 9th of March and just kind of see where everyone is. We'll see what Colson Montgomery has. Can he come through in a late inning critical situation? Come on, Colson, man. You've worked hard. I know you want to improve. It just hasn't worked out. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself. But that's a good pitch to hit. Fastball down the middle. I know a bit lower, and you just softly ground out. That is not fantastic. Very not fantastic. Ryan O'Hearn 3 for 5 again. You can't see because my face, but Max Muncy, Ryan Clifford, and Randy Arozarena all homered. That is very nice. Very, very nice. Let's go to the 9th. We're at the 9th. Rosarena, 225. Ryan O'Hearn's popping off, man. I wish you could have a little progression in spring training. Both Ryan O'Hearn and Max Muncy have 4 homers. Stone Garrett looks like he's been doing decent overall. Danny Jansen, I mean, better than I maybe would have expected from like what he did last year. But Edgar Quero is just, I mean, 250 average, 5 bombs. That's some pop right there. JP Crawford not doing too well. It looks like Alec Thomas has kind of done a little bit better. But I think I do want to see what Gavin Lux has in store for us right here. They have kind of similar builds as far as hitting attributes. I know Alec Thomas is a better fielder, has a better arm, so I'm still leaning towards him starting center field for us, as I'm slurring my words with 0 alcohol in my system. Hilariously. Let's look at maybe like player statistics overall. I want to see people's OPS. Ryan O'Hearn, Ryan Clifford, Jason DeLay all have an OPS over 1,000. Edgar Quero 987. Tyro Estrada only 10 at bats but 5 hits. no homers. His OBP is lower than his average. His slug is just 500. So if you're hitting 500 in limited at bats, you want to see your OPS be a little bit higher. Max Muncy with an OPS of 873. That's solid. Brooks Lee, decent, but only 3 hits. Not a big sample size. Jose Miranda not doing great. Danny Jansen's OPS under 700. Willie Castro, JP Crawford, both kind of struggling. Randy Rosarena struggling a little bit. Colson Montgomery, just only 3 at bats though. All right. Let's go a little bit further down the road. I don't really care about pitching situations as much. I'm not worried about that. I think we already have like our rotation figured out of who we want to be in there. Like they're just working on their stuff right now. Although Tony Gonsolin's whip over 2 is a little bit alarming, even though it's only 5 2/3 innings. Bruiel, he's a 58 overall, but his whip is sub 1. That's not bad whatsoever. Taylor Rogers. Oh, dude, this is nice. Our Rule 5 draft having a 0 ERA and a sub 1 whip as well. TJ Antone, no innings pitched. AJ Puck, no innings pitched. They're not like in the. I want to get some reps with AJ Puck at the closer. That's kind of sick. Excuse me. Well, let's look at the top prospects. Gene Clark is the number 1 prospect, and Kosuke Suzuki is number 3. Kyle Diaz is number 5. Sebastian Walcott's number 9. We have 4 prospects in the top 9. The ETA 2027 for Walcott, 2027 for Diaz, 2028 for Suzuki, and Gene Clark is 2027. So I do think 2027 is the beginning of that window for us. I don't know if I have a wins goal for this year because we plan on trading so many of these players that we just signed. But let's just say if we kept everyone, which we're not going to, hopefully we're in a position that these players play well enough that we can trade them. I think we have potential to win 74 games, which is still bad, but it's better than 6 games that we won last year and 62 games the year before that, plus some progression from our prospects. I do want to see what Gavin Lux has for us. Let's enter the game with him, see what he's got in center field. Not a big difference of team for the Padres, it looks like. I didn't look in totality, but it looks like it's different. The lineup is, but it looks like it has prospects from the Padres organization. They have Zach Wheeler now. I was a little too caught off guard with that to swing at that, but that's a good take. Come on, Gavin. That's a good pitch. This is Zach Wheeler. What are we going to do against Zach Wheeler? An aging Zach Wheeler, nonetheless, though, but still an experienced Zach Wheeler. That's a good pitch, man. That's a good 0-2 pitch. Got that same fastball tunnel. Tails off the plate. That's a great rip from Gavin Lux. That's a good at bat right there. Down 0-2, still put a good swing on it. Hit it hard, but Fernando Tatis Jr. is a very good fielder. He's having a really good spring too. O'Hearn with another solo shot, another home run. That's pretty nuts. And that is a rip from Fernando. Is he going to try to go first to third? Yes, he is. Can Gavin Lux hose him? He doesn't have a great arm. That's an accurate throw. Great play by Gavin Lux. Granted, that throw looked so weak. Such a weak throw, but I really like what I'm seeing out of Gavin Lux right now. Not bad. Come on, Gavin. Just a little bit late on that. From a full pension Piv is Talking Baseball likes to call him. Decent swing. A little bit too early, a little bit out in front of that inside cutter. Generous call from Mr. Umpire back there. I don't know if Angel Hernandez is still in this sim, but just a bit late on it, but still not a strikeout. Behind in the count, 1-2. I think it was a decent at bat from Gavin Lux. O'Hearn, another dude. O'Hearn is going nuts this spring. As we're just very early on that fastball. Gavin Lux is going to ground out. This has not been a great showing from him. Granted, there is a little bit of user input there. Come in on that. Come on, Gavin. There you go. Nice little shoestring catch. Playing some decent defense out there. Ryan O'Hearn supplied the only offense for us. We had 2 hits in this whole game. But look at their pitching staff. I mean, they still have some pretty good pitching staff. Zach Wheeler, Nick Pivetta, Yuki Matsui. They have Ron Marinaccio now. All right, Daz Cameron. What's their lineup? They got Trent Grisham, Carson Kelly. Xander Bogaerts is playing shortstop for them. They still have Jake Cronenworth. Interesting group of dudes. Let's go a couple more days. I think I've seen enough from Edgar Cuero now that I think I'm comfortable saying he's going to be our starting catcher. 265, 6 bombs compared to Danny Jansen hitting 196 and 1 bomb. I think I'm comfortable saying that. Let's put Danny Jansen, or let's see. You know what? I would even. Do we see what's out there for trade right now? Maybe. Or should he just be our DH? We'll see. We're going to hold on to him through spring. I actually have to run to the bathroom real quick. I will be right back. Oh, thank you for your patience, those of you who are watching. Thank you much. Let's go a couple more days. I forgot what I said before I went to go to the bathroom. But let's go to the 14th. Don't care. Angels defeated the White Sox. This is all about hitting right now. Let's see what Gavin Lux has been doing. 259. That's not terrible. I do kind of want to throw Alek Thomas back in there, so I don't feel like 37 at bats is the greatest sample size. Last 10 games, he's hit 250 with the 568 OPS. We took him out on the 8th. So I wouldn't mind just sticking him in there again and seeing what happens. Clifford's been going crazy, though. I mean, he can play the outfield, too. Is that something we think about? Clifford playing the outfield and maybe, like, moving Randy Arozarena to center field? He wouldn't be the worst option. He can play center field. I feel like he'd be a decent center fielder. Stone Garrett and him have similar... I would actually feel more comfortable with Stone Garrett playing center field because he has a much better reaction. Randy Arozarena in left. Let's give that a shot. I don't know if I like either of what Alek Thomas and Alek Thomas or Gavin Lux have been doing in the outfield. So I think Clifford, I mean, he can hit. He's been raking. Let's give him a go. Let's give him a go. Stone Garrett, you're in center. Gavin Lux, you're back to the bench for a little bit just to see what happens with Ryan Clifford. I mean, he would bat probably last against lefties. Yeah, I think so. He'd bat last against lefties for sure. Let's do it. Player lock with them, see what happens. I do think we'll alter the critical situations this year, because we're gonna see a little bit more gameplay, or maybe not. I don't know. Haven't figured it out yet. We'll see. Sorry, we'll see. We'll see. Can't make up my mind, because we're still not really in a competitive mode, but I do want to see how players progress. So maybe we'll adjust it. I'll think about it for next stream. I'm not sure how long we're going to go today. I think we'll probably finish after spring training. Come on, Clifford. Come on, Clifford. That was close. He should have maybe tried to dive for it. Good recovery. Quick decision. But, that's smart with 0 outs. You don't want the game to get away from you. So maybe being safe and playing it on a hop and not diving for it. He did the smart play, which I do appreciate. And Chase Burns going for the old Reds. Good take. Throwing 97 miles an hour. Come on, Clifford. Clifford, the big red dog. It would make sense if he was a red. So he takes a fastball from Chase Burns, who can't find the zone. Wild pitch from Chase. Did not have us chasing. Sorry. Come on, Ryan. Oh my God, Ryan, that was the one. Just a little bit early. Think you got a little bit antsy there. A little bit too antsy. All right. Come on, Clifford. Make a play. Oh my God. Come on, get it home. That's a strong throw. He's going to be nailed on a line. He is nailed at home. All right, I got some confidence that Ryan Clifford can play the outfield. Let's see what he can do with the bat this game. Jansen 3-run double, increasing his case. Ryan Clifford with a shot. Ryan Clifford taking advantage of that hanging curveball from Chase Burns. And I am liking what I see from the kid. He's got the flow. He's got the swag, I think. The little toe tap right there. I like that. No doubter in the bat flip. Very nice. Very, very nice. As he has a 1.615 OPS this spring. I think we very much a small sample size, but we might have found our right fielder. See, just gets a little bit antsy on that changeup below the zone. Come on, Ryan. And that is the subscription sound. Thank you, whoever just subscribed. Appreciate you very much. And I think I have a little bit delay on that effect as well. So I think if you're still watching and you subscribed a little bit ago, I appreciate you. Come on, Clifford. Clifford. A little bit late on that curveball. That was a hanger. Get out of play. It does not get out of play. And that is a fly out for Ryan Clifford. That could have been 2 shots right there. Could have been two bombs right there. But you know, that's okay. Here's the real test, though. Ryan Clifford against a lefty. It's a good sinker. This is a tough test for him. Swings right through that curve or that fastball below the zone. Good timing on it. Just doesn't have. Swings through the sweeper, too. That was a tough AB. Tough AB for Clifford. But, you know, I will take the decent arm. The outfield assist and the homer from Ryan Clifford. That was a really, really strong showing. Really strong game. I think we'll go a couple more days and we'll get another maybe player lock for Ryan Clifford. Danny Jansen, player of the game. I think he's gone with a couple. He's on a couple good games from him. I've seen his name pop up several times in the old notable players section. We got just routed by the Rangers, who I think have a very, very strong lineup. Let's go take a look at the Rangers lineup, because we did trade Lubob there as I'm going the wrong way, and I can just use this wheel. That's not the lineup. That is the roster. Jeez. Lubob, Ezekiel Duran, Corey Seager, Jake Berger, who is pretty decent. Adolis Garcia, who's still very strong, had a very good year last year. I forgot they traded for Wilson Contreras as well. Josh Young, who is B potential, who, you know, he matches lefties, but he's not been very good overall. Josh Smith and Jake Rogers. Marcus Semien on the bench, though. That's wild. He had a decent year last year, but it looks like he's 36 years old. So that makes sense. But they did trade for Colt Emerson, so he's probably going to be Marcus Semien's replacement, even though they have Duran playing second base in this rendition of their lineup. Who is their starting? What's their starting rotation looking like? Yeah, Pablo Lopez, Chris Sale, Kumar Rocker, Braxton Garrett, Cody Bradford. That is interesting. Evaldi and Jacob deGrom in the long relief roles. That's kind of nuts, in my opinion. Jack Leiter just has not found it. Still only 26, 72 overall. I do like how evenly spread out his per nines are. He's just not really great or good at anything. He's just mediocre. Martin Perez, Tristan McKenzie. Man, talk about an unfortunate career turn after his amazing 2022. That's kind of rough. Is Ryan Clifford still going off, though, is what I want to see. Yeah, he's calmed down. Of course he's calmed down. He was hitting 4 something with a 1.6 OPS. He's 2 for 11 in the games that we've started him at with a bomb. Edgar Guerrero's popping off right now. Danny Jansen, I mean, 194 is not really making me want him in the starting lineup. Willie Castro, I mean, we kind of have to play him. I would kind of say the same thing for Danny Jansen. JP Crawford, I mean, we kind of have to play him too. maybe we didn't do well this offseason. I mean, Ryan O'Hearn's popping off, though. Randy Arozarena is solid. Max Muncy solid. So, and Stone Garrett's solid. So I think those 4 signings are great. Maybe I didn't do well in the offseason previous. JP Crawford not doing it. How's Lucas Giolito doing? He's doing pretty well. Only 10 strikeouts in 22 innings, but a sub-1 whip. That's not bad. Hagen Smith, you know, not doing too bad. Not doing amazing. Jonathan Cannon. Ugh. I know it's only spring training. Drew Thorpe, pretty great. Schultz, pretty good. I'm more so looking at the whip instead of ERA. Tony Gonsolin, just shades of what he did last year. Boozer looks like he's been boozing on the mound. Taylor Rogers is, geez, you're gonna make me be like not so much of our friendly neighbor, Mr. Rogers, and a whip approaching 3. So maybe I should have some bullpen tryouts. Let's sub in. Penn Murphy's not been great. Taylor Rogers, we'll put TJ Antone in for you. Bruriel has been really good. He has no choice but to be on the roster. So let's put Leiter Jr. in there. Josh Spores, you're going to go in there for Gonsolin, but we will put you in a mid relief. Mitch Spence could be a long relief role. Uriarte and Penn Murphy is going to be on the squad. Actually, well, maybe not. Does he have options? He does have options. Maybe not. Uriarte, do you have options? You do have options. Mitch Spence, same thing. Let's see what Uriarte's got. We only have 4 games left. Jonathan Cannon lowered his ERA a bit. Let's go to this box score. Let's see what happened. What happened in this game? Stone Garrett 1 for 3 with a, looks like he hit a bomb. Where is our boy Ryan Clifford? 0 for 4. All right, he's starting to lose a little bit. Maybe he does need a bit more seasoning, but Edgar Cuero is still going ham. Ryan O'Hearn's still going ham. Let's see what Alec Thomas. Alec Thomas 136. Ugh. Rough. That's 44 ABs too. He can play right field. You know, I really like Ryan Clifford's age. He's 23 years old. Do I want to go defensive heavy? Do I want to... Gavin Lux might win the starting job in the center field, but his arm sucks. But he's got more clutch. He's better with the bat overall. I just don't know, fam. This is a tough decision. Clifford. I mean, we have options with him. Maybe he should start AAA. Yeah, let's make him AAA. We should have made cuts a long time ago. Brain Montgomery. Who should we cut? Where'd Clifford go? Did I miss him already? Jeez, I'm terrible. Yeah, he's going to be in AAA. Does Gavin Lux have options? He does not. Alec Thomas does not have options. I think we're going to get a couple more games out of Alec Thomas. We'll do one more game for Alec Thomas to kind of see what's going on. He's got to show me something, though. He's got to show me something. This is his last chance. I'm liking the top 4 of this lineup, though. I really am. And I'm excited. I wish I could stream like early next week, but I'm not going to be able to, I don't think. Lazaro Montez getting a little showing from Seattle. He's only hitting a $158. I saw him hit a homer live in person. 3. He wants to go 3. Okay. So we got no shot at 3, but can he get him at 3rd? No, he can't. No, he can't. Not a strong arm. We don't really have anyone who has a strong arm right there. I mean, Gavin Lux is not going to do any better in that situation. So that doesn't really move the needle for me. Logan Gilbert, man. Was it Gavin Lux that faced Zach Wheeler? I think it was. So we're getting another tough test in Logan Gilbert, who's probably at this point in the sim, couple years down the road, he's probably at his peak, and Zach Wheeler's probably on, or definitely on the downturn. Way to foul that off. Just a hair late. A hair late on that one. Come on, Alec. Show me something, please. Just way in front of that splitter. Nothing great to hit. That fastball up top of the zone was good to hit, but... And that's just a good slider. That's just a very good slider. Gets Alec Thomas swinging. I'm just not terribly upset about that. Alec, buddy, that was the one right there. He's hit a couple hard hit balls foul that I'm thinking maybe things will level out. He just needs a couple tweaks and maybe turn those into gappers or even over the fence against righties at least. And he gets hit. He just has like a magnet to the ball. I think that's his second time getting hit while we've been in control of him. He's not terrible on the base pass. Maybe we should have tried to steal there. Would have helped it. It would have helped the cause right there. As Cuero grounds out into a double play, but I have no qualms to keeping Edgar Cuero in the starting position at catcher. Good take. Gabe Spear, a really tough lefty. Really tough lefty. Kind of had a rough year last year a little bit, even though his whip is much better than it was the year prior. Similar analytics, 3.4 FIP, if you can call that an analytic. I'm not like per se the best analytics dude, but I wish they'd get a little bit deeper as far as like maybe average, maybe WOBA. I'm not even sure what WOBA is, to be honest, but it'd be nice to get more in depth with that as I swing at a fastball. That's me, player, my lack of skill that I was talking about earlier. As that's a good pitch to maybe turn on, but we're just a little bit late. Alec Thomas back in the field again. Felon and Celestin, another really good prospect for Seattle. Another promising. Gets a hold of that one. Wants me to hit the relay. Are we going to be able to get that? No, we're not. He plays it very well off the wall. And he's going to get nailed trying to stretch a double into a triple. I mean, good play off the wall. That's important. I know we didn't come up with that ball, but we didn't make the catch. But I don't know if he was ever going to be in a position to make the catch, as Gavin Lux hits a solo shot. Andres Munoz. Oh, another just... We're getting no breaks. No breaks in this game. We got Logan Gilbert and then Andres Munoz. Another hard hit foul. Down 0-2. Can we battle back? What a take right there. What a take right there. Gutsy take from Alec Thomas. Not so much there. Not so much there. Just protecting that sinker kind of fell off the table. Good take. Good take from Alec Thomas. Come on, can you make it 1 for 3? Or just find your way on base right now? Good timing, but just can't put the ball in play. Way to hang. Way to hang. That was a little too close for Alek Thomas to take. Would have made it a full count, though. Doesn't matter. Strikes out. Rough spring. That's going to be a rough spring from Alek Thomas. Gavin Lux goes 1 for 1 with a bomb in his appearance. Makes me kind of want to start him. They're going to have a similar number of plate appearances this spring training. A little bit tough decision for us. Edgar Quero definitely won out the starting job for us, even though Danny Jance has been a little bit hot lately, even though his OPS is not the highest over the last 10 games. Well, like Castro is hitting 250. 47 at bats from Alek Thomas, hitting $128. That's not going to do it, man. That is just not going to do it. Gavin Lux, 281 and 32 at bats. And that does it more. That does it much more. Big thing, only 4 strikeouts in his last 20 at bats. What's Alek Thomas? 4 strikeouts in his last 13 at bats. I mean, he's going to ride the bench, maybe be a defensive substitution, but I think Austin Martin, bad showing as well. Brooks Lee's, I think he's going to make the bench. Kyle Teal's going to find himself in AAA. Tyro Estrada, he'll be a bench player, I think. So who's our bench going to be? It is going to be Pinckney and DeLay for sure. Alek Thomas, Brooks Lee, or Brooks Lee has options. He's going to be in AAA. So is Austin Martin. Brooks Lee, where are you at? Same thing with Noel V. Marte. He's going to be to maybe AAA. Colson's going to go to... We got a lot of guys in... We got a lot of guys in AAA. We're going to have to send Colson to AA, maybe make him play third. Brooks Lee maybe to AA. Get some ABs. Colson, we want you in AAA. See what you got. Time's kind of running out for you. Austin Martin, you're going to go to AAA. Who's going to be our... I mean, we got the left fielder. Andrew Pinckney is going to be our outfielder replacement. Decent fielder. I mean, not the best speed, but across the board, very well balanced defender. I kind of like that. Austin Martin just didn't do enough. So Pinckney, DeLay, Thomas, Jose Miranda, and Tyro Estrada will be the bench. Kyle Teal is going to AA. Not bad. That's not a bad... I think we figured that out. Gavin Lux will be our opening day center fielder. JP Crawford, buddy. That's rough. Hopefully it's just spring training, needs a new environment, or just environment change needs getting used to, but that's a little, I mean, not to put too much weight into spring training stats, but 84 at bats is a very big sample size for spring training. Only hitting 155. Ugh, not great. But as far as like Randy Rosarino or Max Muncy and Stone Garrett, they did very, very well. It's such a weird dichotomy in spring training when it's like they did, where it could mean like, oh, it's just spring training, they did poorly, it's not going to matter. But then you just say like, oh, Ryan O'Hearn hit 373 in spring training, he's going to have a monster year. It's just a weird dichotomy where you're just like the positive thinking in each direction, if that makes sense. Okay. Last spring training game. Let's see if JP Crawford or Willie Castro. I mean, we've already kind of decided Gavin Lux is going to be the opening day starter. JP Crawford, show us that you're ready. Please. Please, JP. Would love that for us. Osvaldo Bido. Come on. You can get a hit off of him. That's a good swing. Just cannot put it in play. Good take. Man, he got drafted in 2013. Ooh, Mr. Umpire, I'm going to need you to... I mean, that was a strike. That was a good call, I think. But man, give us a break. Had to swing there. Way too close to take. I mean, it was too close to take. It could have been a ball. He could have called it a ball, but not sure. Come on, JP. Try to shoot it the other way. Not quite there. Is that that's foul. That's foul. Way to hang, but man, he's battling. JP, not the best showing so far, but I mean, he just needs a couple tweaks to his timing, and one of those previous pitches probably would have been put in play, preventing that strikeout. However, still needs to get there. Still needs to get there. Come on, turn it, JP. He's a great fielder. Great fielder, so he's got that going for us. At least I think he's a great fielder. Is he? Is he still a great fielder? I don't remember. 67 pitches through the fifth. Or Cuero hitting another homer. That's great to see. Probably shouldn't be looking at that stuff when I'm trying to hit the ball with JP, who's been struggling. Just late on that. He's just a little bit off. Come on, JP. Get your timing right, bud. That's a fantastic take, though. He is an on-base machine if he keeps taking pitches like that. Good eye, sir. Changeup kind of dropped off the table. Ooh. Just a hair early on that. Just a hair out in front. Good take. Way to work at the 3-2. Show me something here. Show me something here, JP. Good take. Way to work a walk. Well done. Okay, I'll take that. A little bit more confident in him now. Also, if you're watching, let me know if you would rather me just skip these base running segments and or the fielding segments too. Brian O'Hearn's just having a crazy spring training. And I appreciate you all stopping by. Is that going to be double play? No, it's 2 outs. So know the situation, streamer. Know the situation, streamer, maybe. All right, one more fielding play, most likely. Most likely the last one, top of the 8th. That's going to be a simple ground ball. He's going to corral it and go to first. Corral it? Really? Gather it. Maybe. Jose Leclerc. Not much offense here. This is just the 3rd time through the order. Good pitch. Don't need to be swinging at that. Need to be taking pitches when you're struggling. As that could have been a ball, but Leclerc living on the corners. Down 0-2 just when you're slumping. Tough to get out of it when you keep getting pitches on the corners like that. Keep getting pitched well. Way to hang. Way to hang. Come on. Let's work another on base. Work another count. Just a hair early. Come on, JP. Way to hang just early. good pitches. That pitch number 5 we should have hit. And he gets hit. Another on base. What's up with everybody getting hit this spring? You know, let's try to steal a base. He's slow to the plate a little bit. There you go, JP. Pitch in the dirt. Good decision. Good timing. Alec Thomas leading off for us today. Interesting. I don't like it when the computer does that. Or maybe he was just a sub. He probably just got subbed in for Randy as he pops it up. Retreat. Retreat back. There's no point in just standing there in the middle of the base path and the ball's going to land 40 feet from you. Ryan O'Hearn just almost putting up 1100 OPS this spring. Things you just love to see. Come on, Ryan, hit us in. Drive us in one more time. Nope. Just a soft liner. Who's up next? Max Muncy having a good spring too, yo. Well, Maximus. Get another base knock and the spring with an over 300 average. That's not going to happen, though. Easy there, JP. Easy there, pal. All right. Ooh, Schwarber on the A's now. Schwarber, Yandy Diaz, and Luis Arraez on the A's right now. That's interesting. That's kind of interesting. Okay, that's spring training, though. Let's see. We'll advance to the regular season. And let's see what the computer did to the roster. Did they change the lineups? I think, yes, they did. Yes, they very much did. Alec Thomas looks like they sent, or Gavin Lux is the DH. No. He's going to be our starting center fielder. He won the position fair and square. Tyro Estrada is going to be on the bench. Does JP play second? No, he does not. Willie Castro plays second. Danny Jansen will be the DH because we need him to play. We might... Do we rock another guy on the bench? And I think someone has to pass through waivers. Am I right on that? Ooh. They put Lucas Giolito in the minors? No thanks, pal. You're going to be in the rotation. Iriarte, I believe. Iriarte is going to be in the minors. Davis Martin and Lucas... Davis Martin... We're going to have AJ Puck as our closer. I think this is an okay... I'm down with this sort of situation as far as bullpen goes. You know, I like how well balanced Davis Martin is. But I think they did send Mitch Spence down to the minors. You know, I'm not terribly upset about that. Tony Gonsolin, I think we should probably call him up, though. I'll be right back. I have to run to the bathroom, and then we'll just get these lineups set real quick. BRB. Sorry for the frequent bathroom breaks, but I have had a lot of coffee today. So that's just going to happen. Let's see where we are on the calendar. I'm just going to sim a couple days, make sure if there's people on waivers that they get cleared. Teal in AA is perfect. Or maybe let's call him up AAA. Yeah, he can be AAA since we have since Edgar Cuero is going to be our starting catcher. Jose Miranda, I was going to say should be on the bench, right? Yeah, he's going to be on the bench as well. Or actually, no, that's fine. AA is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Lennon Sosa, AAA, Chase Mydroth, AA. Let's actually put Chase in AAA. No, he can stay in AA. I just don't want him to take at bats away from Gene Clark, so maybe we just figure out a way to get him in the lineup. Diego Estrella, I'm excited for him, but we got to put Kosuke Suzuki in AA as well. We will have to figure this out. Wes Kath, get the hell out of there. You're in Class A. You've been performing terribly. Colson Montgomery, AAA. Sebastian Walcott in AA. I'm okay with that. Brooks Baldwin, should we put you in Single A? Man, I am excited. I am very much excited for this lineup for this year. I think we're going to learn a lot about this future squad this year. Let's look at our pitchers, though. Make sure we got everyone on the roster we want. Maybe we'll bring Tony Gonsolin to AA or to the majors. Geez, what am I on right now? Penn Murphy. We got some depth down there in AAA. I know Cam Boozer is not on the major league squad. Does anyone have options? Josh Boers is already just declining, so we got to make sure same with Taylor Rogers, same with Mark Leiter Jr., same with TJ Antone. AJ Puck is the lone dude who's not just declining immediately right now. Mitch Spence, I want him on the club. How many options does he have, though? He has no options left. That was our final option with him. I still think we can send him from the majors to the AAA. So let's keep him there for now. And we'll just have Davis Martin and Gonsolin, or Gonsolin's going to start for us. No, Gonsolin and Davis Martin will be long relief. Or do I have too many pitchers? Yes, I do. I have one too many pitchers. Davis Martin has options. So he is going to AAA. And if it doesn't work out with Tony Gonsolin, we'll just cut him. I know that's a lot of money to eat, but it's just a one year situation. I'd like to trade him, but I don't know if he struggled. He struggled in spring training, which is like what I said. It's just spring training, but that's coming off from a year where he performed extremely poorly. AJ Puck's got a lot of stamina. I did not realize that, but I would like to use him as a closer because I think he's got the best stuff and he's kind of dominant. Or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should treat one of these other guys as a closer just to showcase them to other teams. Like Mark Leiter Jr. has some good per nines, better than pretty much anyone in this bullpen. Taylor Rogers, no, he's not going to be a closer. Neither is TJ Antone. He has his walks per nine is way too high. I think maybe we put Mark Leiter Jr. as our closer right now, and AJ Puck is our setup man going into the season. Justin Brewell had a crazy good spring training. I'm surprised. But let me just get my face out of the way for just a second. this is our pitching staff going into the year. Schultz is going to be our ace, quote unquote. Drew Thorpe's going to be our number 2. Jonathan Cannon, number 3. Hagen Smith, hopefully he can build upon what he did in his 13 games started last year. He's 23 years old. I have high hopes for him. Lucas Giolito brought in on a 1-year deal. Hopefully he can improve a little bit. He had a rough season last year, but maybe he just wants to be back home where it all started for him. I like his per nines except for homers. That is a little bit worrisome, but it didn't look like it was a big struggle last year compared to the year before. 8 last year in 64 innings compared to 16 in just 20 more innings. That's rough. That is a rough stretch of homers right there. And our bullpen got Tony Gonsolin being our long reliever. Hopefully he can do well so we can trade him. Same with TJ Antone. Got him in on a 1-year deal. If he performs like he did last year, 3.24 ERA over a good chunk of innings, we can trade him. Taylor Rogers, same thing. He had a terrible year last year. $4 million, so hopefully pop off for a little bit and get traded. Peter Strzelski, however the hell you pronounce his name. Decent. I think that's a good Rule 5 pick if I do say so myself. He's got good per nines for a C potential dude. Justin Brule, same thing, Rule 5. You know, if he does poorly and we're in a spot where we need to compete, we're actually doing better than we did, I don't mind sending him back to his previous team. AJ Puck, brought him in on a 3-year deal. I think he could be a good, mainstay in the bullpen. Good lefty, B potential, 31 years old, still can improve. I like the power potential right there. Josh Spores, brought him in on a $3.6 million deal for 1 year. Hopefully he can perform like last year. We trade him again. Maybe we find a contender with a big need for relievers, and we can package like several guys who are popping off. Maybe Mark Leiter Jr. fits that same bill. Same build, I mean. Davis Martin, you can get in the starting rotation. AAA. We'll adjust these lineups real quick. I'll kind of narrate it at the same way. Randy Arozarena, we're going to have him leading off against both righties and lefties. We're not going to platoon anyone. We are going to have the same lineup for each righty and lefties, because I want to see what we got. Like, can people progress a little bit? This is going to be against righties. We'll have Ryan O'Hearn bat second against righties. He'll probably, he's absolutely going to match against righties. Had a hell of a spring. Stone Garrett, I think we're going to have 2 back-to-back lefties in the lineup. Ryan O'Hearn, Max Muncy. They're just our best hitters against righties. There's just nothing there we're going to do about that. I think Edgar Cuero has won the starting job for our catcher position. I'm very excited to watch him develop and play in the majors. We'll have him batting 8th. I don't want him to be stressed out over hitting high in the order. Danny Jansen, we still need him to pop off a little bit so we can maybe trade him. This is the last year of his deal. If he doesn't perform very well, we'll just sub him out. I don't mind cutting ties with him. Even if we get nothing back for him, we'll live. Hopefully that same thing won't happen with Arozarena, O'Hearn, Max Muncy, and Stone Garrett, who I brought all in this year. Max Muncy on a 1-year deal, O'Hearn on a 2-year deal, Randy Arozarena on a 2-year deal. So at the very least, I plan to capitalize off of Max Muncy and trade him when he's available to be traded in mid to late June, I think. Danny Jansen, same thing, we just talked about him. Gavin Lux won the starting center field position out of spring training. I was really hoping to see more out of Alec Thomas. He had an abysmal showing at the plate, even though he did hit the ball very hard when we player locked him, but he hit it hard foul, and that's not going to matter if he can't keep it fair. It's just not going to matter. Pinkney And Jason DeLay, Rule 5 picks. I really like what Jason DeLay brings in the contact category. And Pinckney, I really like his fielding. He's got beat potential, 26 years old. Not bad. Tyler Estrada, I don't really have hopes of him being able to be traded. He does have beat potential 75 overall, but he had an abysmal last year. And I cannot really justify putting him out in the everyday lineup. I just couldn't do that. And hopefully JP Crawford can show us something. I don't really have high hopes after what he did in spring training. Very poor performance, and I don't really have high hopes, like I just said. Anyway, that's going to be the team we're rolling into year 3. I'm very excited, and I think this could be a surprising year. It's going to tell us a lot about the future of this team. As we have, 4 of the top 9 prospects, they all are ETA 2027, except for Suzuki, who is an ETA of 2028. And, 2027 is our window. I think that's going to begin the window for us to actually compete. So I'm pretty happy about that. That was a 3-hour stream of just the offseason and spring training. That I really like that. That was a fun time. And I'm excited for this next year. Hopefully we'll get a stream in next weekend. I doubt I'll be able to get one in during this week. I'll probably be working 3 12s and 2 8s this week. So that is going to be a busy week for me. Hopefully I will see you next weekend, and we'll make it through hopefully a couple months this season. I have saved everything. Like, I have not been keeping good. I haven't been keeping up with making these streams into videos. I don't know how much effort I'm going to be able to do as far as doing that. If we hit a point, if I keep doing these week in and week out, we get to a point where we start making money on this channel. And that's probably way down the road, but I will reinvest that money into maybe hiring an editor, and we'll cut these streams up into videos easier without me putting a lot of time in, because I'm already a busy dude anyway. So if that's something that interests you, the episode format, make sure to hit subscribe. It'll get us to monetization sooner, and that way we'll be able to make more out of this channel if you all think you like that. But anyway, I enjoyed myself. Regardless, I'm still going to be doing these streams, hopefully weekly. And thank you for stopping by. Thank you for liking it. And thanks for just watching.